chapter 1126. Long summary spoilers. We're here. Chat. Welcome in. Salutes in chat. 07s in chat. Thank you so much for being here. Guys, this is going to be a great stream. I'm excited to read the long summary. I have not read it yet. Obviously, we read the short summary yesterday, and it was a banger. It was a phenomenal short summary. I'm very much excited to see what the full chapter has in store. We did lots of cooking on the short summary yesterday regarding this two ships splitting up, Nami ending up in a random room, right? It was some great stuff, and Oda's on a roll. We're getting another chapter after this. Okay, so 11, 25, 26, and 27. I'm expecting all three to be bangers. I'm so glad to have everybody here. Welcome in. I hope everyone's having a nice morning, day, or night, wherever you guys are. Thank you for being here. Like the stream. Be the first to like it. Be one of the first few people to like it. I would greatly appreciate it. We have a poll at the top of the stream chat for everyone to vote on what you guys rate the spoilers. I have not read the spoilers yet, but welcome in. I'm glad to see people here. Johan, what's good, bro? Cordy, welcome back. Eric, welcome back. Sharma, welcome back. Chris says the yapping begins, the yapping never ends, bro. Okay, welcome back, bro. IB, what's good? Vazu, what's good? We got Arturo, what's good? Dawn of Ascension, mwah. And chat, of course. We know that our GOAT, Young Smokey, has to come through every single stream. Every single stream comes through with the bombs. You see this, chat? $100 super chat. We didn't even go live, and he's already dropping the super chat. Young Smokey, I truly can't thank you enough for your amazing super generosity. It means so much to me. You're such a great person and a great supporter and a great friend. Thank you times 1,000,000, bro. You know, I was thinking about this earlier. When you guys super chat, which obviously is optional, I've said this like a million times. I don't want anyone to feel pressure to buy a membership, buy super chats. Guys, it is 110% optional. But what I want you guys to know is that when you guys do that, YouTube takes 60%, okay? 60. It takes more than half the money. Okay, so Young Smokey, of course I'm gonna thank you 1,000,000 times, but you know, I would let you know to consider something like Cash App, where it's not gonna take anything from me. I think it'll take pennies, but YouTube takes 30 to 60%, and that adds up. And I don't think you care too much about the taxes and the YouTube, the Apple pulls money out. Look, either way, you are beyond generous for doing this, and I truly can't thank you enough. You're such an amazing person. Thank you so much, Smokey. I thank you, and I applaud you. Thank you so much. Smokey says, damn, I wish the long chapter summary had come out earlier. I gotta work out. It's chest day. Yo, W. This man's taking care of himself. He's getting the workouts in. Young Smokey's making gains. Anyways, this chapter looks fucking nuts. Make sure y'all like the stream. Chat, you heard that? You heard it from the man himself. Young Smokey, like the stream. Please enjoy the chapter, y'all. Young Smokey, again, bro, thank you so much. You're so generous. I truly can't thank you enough. Young Smokey, I hope you're having a great day too, bro. Get that workout in, man. You know, you got to take care of yourself. You got to get ripped. You know, got to look good. Because, you know, we want to have that summer bod all year round, you know? Be real, like, we all want to have, like, that good body. You know, we want to be able to look into the mirror and be like, damn, look at me. So, Young Smokey, thank you so much, bro. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you. And we got Alec. What's good? Same here, Smokey Chest Day. All right, who's all working out today, man? Who all here is working out today? Let me know. Or you guys actually going to work? Who's at work? Who's at home? Who's getting that workout? What's everybody going, or what does everyone have going on today, chat? Today was more of a chill day for me. I played a little bit of Factorio. Okay, I can't lie, that game's addicting. I can't even lie. Factorio is so addicting. I can't stop, bro. I'm trying to put the belts. I got the aliens coming into my base. It's just, bro, you can't sit down and play for 10 minutes. It's impossible. But I'm so glad to see you guys here. Alec, what's good, bro? Gotta go to work, or gotta go, or going to work, then work out. I'm about to get off. Ty, what's good, bro? Still at work? JR, welcome back. Gambit, welcome back. Mind Hacks, what's good? Mashonda, welcome in. I'm glad to see you. I'm glad to see everybody here. Winston, what's good, bro? Studying for biology quiz. Hey, you better ace that quiz, bro. You better ace that quiz, or you're sleeping in the doghouse and you're not getting any internet. You're not getting any video games. You're getting nothing. You're getting punished. Pause. Judy, what's good? Honestly, these spoilers are everywhere on Twitter. Look, just go on Twitter or even join my Discord server. At this point, you could just go on Twitter and just look up One Piece 1126 full summary. You'll find it everywhere. It's probably even on Reddit. But we're going to go through this. Don't worry, we're going to go through this. Let me just get my quick hellos. MBQ, mind-blowing questions. Welcome back, Young King. Miss you, bro. Am I missing anyone else in chat who has not been welcomed yet? Nimbus, what's good? Drinking hot chocolate. My girl is just drinking Milo right now. She's addicted to Milo. Hot Milo. She can't go one day without drinking this. She ordered, so she doesn't even eat fast food like that. She's very, I would say she's fit, right? She's in shape. She's not like, you know, like bigger or whatever. But she ordered out today because she's going through some stress hormones. She ordered a fish fillet, right, from McDonald's. She ordered a fish fillet. Do you know what she's drinking with that? A hot Milo. Who the fuck gets a fish fillet from McDonald's and then turns around and drinks it with a hot chocolate? Is that not chat? It can't just be me. I'm so sorry to put her on blast like this, put her on the spotlight, but what the bro? Yo, okay, welcome back. I don't know if it's an Australian drink. It might be, because like Milo, people drink it all around the world. People love it in Mexico, people like it in America, people in China probably drink it. Like, it's a worldwide drink. I don't know if it's Australian though. Yo, Isa, is it Isa or is it Isaiah? Welcome back, bro. She's not pregnant. No, if my girl was pregnant, we'd have a very big problem. No. No, chat, don't jinx us with the pregnancy, okay? No more pregnancy comments. Don't use that R word. What R word? What R word? Retard? I didn't say the word retard. What R word? Either way, chat, what's good, everybody? Isaiah, welcome. Oh, I see the A. I thought it was ISIH. I'm mad dyslexic, bro. My bad. Isaiah, that's a name from the Bible, bro. Shouts out to Isaiah. All right, guys. Oh, I was saying, Pokemon Raid, I was saying Factorio. It's a game where you crash land on a planet and there's a whole bunch of aliens. You need to build a spaceship to leave the planet. But it takes an extremely long time to build that spaceship. So you need to gather coal, iron, copper, stone. There's like 10 million recipes. There's conveyor belts because it's called Factorio because you're meant to make factories for things. It's completely addicting, bro. And I've constantly been having that itch to play it. So Qwerty says, well, women on their days are weird, bro. I mean, if I speak, I'll be suspended. How does the meme go? If I speak, I will be suspended. No, I'm just kidding. Leonardo, what's good, bro? 3 Emperor crews in this chapter. All right, we're going to have to read the long summary here in a second. I just want to make sure everyone's good. Make sure everyone's up to date, or make sure I'm up to date with you guys. Glad to see everyone doing well. We got people at work. We got people getting off work. Sun Daddy, what's good? He just said, just got off work. Let's get into these spoilers. Welcome in, bro. I hope you had a good shift at work. I hope you weren't stressing too much on that slave wage, that 9 to 5. I hope you're doing good, bro. Nah, bro, still hasn't opened the leaks. Yo, listen. Complaining about the yapping, it's pointless because it's always been this way and it's probably always going to be this way. Okay, I'm not a bot. Listen, motherfucker. I'm not a robot where I just come into the stream and I just read the spoilers and I go offline. No. I'm a human being. You hear me? I'm a human being. I got my own thoughts. I got my own emotions. I try not to be driven by emotions, but I'm a human being, motherfucker. So I'm going to talk to the chat and you're going to sit down and listen like a little bitch, okay? I'm just kidding. When we getting another theory? Listen, bro, listen. I need that drive. There's just nothing in the story. There's like no theory that I feel compelled to make a video about right now. It just, like, what theory do you want, bro? Another video about twin shanks? You want me to add another video to the long list of videos of twin shanks? Like, how many more, you know? And like, there's been so many Blackbeard theories. I've already done like what, 20 something Blackbeard theories, all the dragon theories. Like, I need something new, bro. And this is why we need Elbath, okay? This is why we need Elbath. You go ask a lot of these YouTubers, a lot of these One Piece YouTubers are trying to take breaks. They're trying to step away. They're trying to step away from One Piece, because it's just like, yes, the past 20, 30 chapters have been amazing. Yes, they've been great. But what can you use to cook like an actual theory off of, like an actual mega theory? What can you use? Someone said new emu theory, but like, Eric, like, what in the past 20 chapters gives us something to make a theory for emu about? Like what can you say? Like, I don't know what else is. I don't want to force content, you know. I don't want to force a video because that's not fair to you guys. It's also not good in the long run, because like, if I make videos and I make theories, I understand that once I export that video and I upload it onto YouTube, there's no going back. You know, once I make a theory and put it on YouTube, there's no going back. People are always going to remember it. So I always got to make sure that I'm proud of what I'm putting in or what I'm putting out, and that I feel compelled to do it. But yeah, enough of that yapping, chat. If you guys are ready for these spoilers, let me get some salutes in chat. I better look at the chat. I better see just straight 07s, straight salutes. If you guys are ready to get into these long summary spoilers, I give you guys permission, full reins, to just spam. I want to see salutes everywhere, okay? We're not going to get into any single point of the long summary spoilers if I don't see some spamming. I want the chat to break. I want you guys to break my chat. I want it to literally lag right now and crash my PC. Crash it with the salutes. Okay says, yeah, there's some YouTubers who just pump out cash grabbing content. Yeah, like, I don't want to be that kind of person, you know? I want to actually like what I put out. I want to be compelled. You know, I don't want to make the same old, just recycle theories, and then I don't want to do that. You know, I make my art through the heart. Hey, that's a quote, chat. Quote that. I make my art through the heart. I make art through the heart. Yeah. Chat, we're on our Play-Doh shit, bro. We are on our Play-Doh shit. We are on our Philosopher's Stone type beat. We craft art through the heart. Art's crafted through the heart. Yeah, yo, I need to be signed. Find me a record label. Sign me. Emu is an Asian kingdom in America. Wait, what? Emu is an Asian kingdom in America. It would have been located between Hawaii and the mainland of us, or the mainland of the US. Isn't that like Atlantis? Wasn't Atlantis like off the coast of California? There's like that huge water, that huge ocean there to the east of New Zealand. Isn't that where Atlantis was? Or not Atlantis. I forgot what it was. Mu Kingdom? I don't know. There was some kind of mega continent that people theorize was on that part of the ocean, or on that part of the earth. Print that on a shirt. Yeah, bro. Art's crafted through the heart. All right, listen. I see some 07s, chat. It's time. It is time. 11:26. Long summary. Let's cook. Let's get into it. Let's do it. We're going to go through this our usual way. Okay, I'm not going to stop at every sentence, but I'm going to stop where it's necessary and give you guys my thoughts, okay? We're here to react together. We're here to enjoy this together. We're going to take our time. We're going to digest. We're going to think. And most importantly, we're going to...
let him cook. Let him cook now.
We're going to cook. All right? Let's get into this. Dive not into stinky swamp. What is that, like from Shrek? All right, let's get it. More details of the chapter by myself. Chapter of 17 pages. Chat, I'm here for it. 17 pages? Hey, Oda, I'll accept that. Because when we get these chapters of 13 pages, I feel like I read a little, I read a page, flip it, and the chapter's over. 17 pages. Let's get some dubs in chat. Salute to the boy Oda, sticking it through, being strong, having that resilience, been doing this for such a long time. Chat, how long's Oda been doing One Piece now? 20 years? 20 years of doing One Piece, 2 decades. There's probably people in chat that are younger than the amount of time Oda spent doing this story. And that's just insane. 17 pages, I'm here for it. 27? Nah, it wasn't 20. Was it 27? Nah, it can't be 27. Because it started in the manga. No, the anime. Was it the anime that started in 99? It's 20. So it was 27 years. Oda's been doing this for longer than 27 years. What? 97 to 2024. Can I not do math? 7 for 2. Yeah, so it was 20. Damn, what? 27 years. Sheesh, bro. And we got the boy Dan Demand with the $10 super. Thank you so much, King. He says, my man, back at it again. You're crazy, bro. Dedication's insane. Hey, Dan Demand, your dedication's insane. You're showing up to the streams. You're typing in chat. You're communicating. You're leaving a like on the stream. And even, I don't want to say more importantly, but more importantly, you're super chatting. You're contributing. Thank you so much, Dan Demand. I appreciate it. And actually, I said this earlier. I don't think you were here yet. The only reason I went live late today is because I didn't realize the long summary drops. And my phone was like across the room charging. And I was on that Factorio. But Dan Demand, thank you so much, bro. I'm glad to be here. I'm glad to see you here, bro. Chapter 1126. Compensation. Okay, so when we read the short summary, it said that the chapter title was Payback. Right, chat? It said that the chapter was titled Payback, whereas the long summary, it's a totally different title. It's Compensation. So compensate. Like when you give someone something to fix their lack, like you compensate them. So what could this mean, chat? Before we even read into the chapter, what do you guys think about this title? Compensation. Because as we said, like, see, that's another problem. I pointed this out yesterday during the short summary. We got to be careful. We just got to be careful when we talk about the spoilers in One Piece, when we're going off the spoilers, because things can change instantly. You know, like we literally sat there yesterday. Oh, the chapter's called Payback. What could this mean? Is someone getting payback on Luffy? So compensation, chat. Let me know what you guys think. We got Lucas in the chat. What's good, bro? Welcome back. Maths, well, welcome back. I don't know why you're calling me daddy. Listen, I'm not your daddy. I don't look like daddy. I don't know what daddy is. Okay? I'm not your father. Bring me on Mori. DNA test me. I'm not your daddy, okay? I'm reading along with you. Maybe cross-skilled. Who else is reading along? Let me know, chat. Who else is reading along? Because if you are a real supporter, you're reading along with me, okay? And if you're going to start reading along for the first time, I'm warning you right now, it's going to take a long time for us to get through these spoilers because we communicate in the stream, okay? I'm not going to be one of those streamers that's too good to talk to the chat. Oh, I'm all Hollywood because I got a camera. I got a microphone. I'm the streamer here. Nah, bro. Like, I want to talk to you guys. I want to communicate. You don't look like daddy? That's a lot. Yo, Art. Where are you getting this behavior from? See, it's the mods. This is where the sus behavior originates from. You got people like Mo, right? Mo Too Chill. You got people like Mula. Art, I thought you were different. All right. Ogre Child Yamato's Golden Harvest Surrogate Pilgrimage, Volume 14. Yamato's eating soba and curry, and the girl in soba shop tells Yamato her workmates have disappeared. So chat, explain this to me. That's another thing. Why do you guys think characters are missing in Wano? Why? Because we, again, last chapter, 1125, We saw how that character with the nails in his nose, Minatomo, he's missing, right? They don't know where he's at in Wano. Now we have workmates at the soba shop missing. What are your guys' theories? Because I haven't really seen any theories on this. I think I saw one person. They said something like, oh, maybe the Blackbeard pirates are kidnapping them. I think they said Katarina Devon is kidnapping them. I don't know. Well, what are your guys' thoughts on this? Because I don't really know what to make up of it. I don't think it would be the Blackbeard pirates kidnapping people because, first of all, like a soba shop worker seems very random, you know? And then Minatomo is like very random. And I feel like if the Blackbeard pirates were arriving on Wano to ransack the island and to grab Pluton and to grab the road poneglyph, they wouldn't be sneaky about it. I feel like they're going to have to be loud and explosive. Being that the walls of Wano, they have to crush the walls, presumably, to get Pluton. So what are your guys' theories on that? Someone kidnap. Okay, but why would they kidnap people from a soba shop and Minatomo? Like, why? Like, you could have kidnapped Yamato if you were strong enough. You could have went after Momonosuke, you know, like the Shogun. Why these workers? Like I don't get it. Beast pirates, not just Wano, the Straw Hats are missing. Yeah, that's a good point. That's true. Yeah, the Straw Hats are missing, but I feel like that's a bit disconnected, you know, with the Straw Hat ship going its own way apart from the Elbaf ship. I don't think that's entirely connected to the people of Wano missing. Surprise party for Yamato. Yo, chat. Shout out to Pokemon Red. That's going to be our leading theory, okay? Characters are missing in Wano because they're getting ready to throw Yamato a surprise party. I just got out of prison surprise party. You guys know how like when people get out of prison, someone throws a party for them? Maybe they're doing that for Yamato because, hey, she was imprisoned. Her own father put her in prison. Some beast pirate is still free and wants to make some money selling them as slaves. I mean, that's possible, but like how, I don't know. That feels like a weird direction. You know, I don't know. I could be very picky though, so don't take it to heart. I could be very picky. Shiryu invisibility awaken. You think Shiryu awakened his devil fruit? He went to Wano. He used his awakening and made like all these random people invisible. I don't know. I don't know what to make of this, personally. Is a queen up to no good? You think queens kidnapping people? But why? Like, yes, you could have them kidnapped and make them work as a slave. But at the same time, like, what is that building up to? People are going to find out. Momonosuke is going to stop it. Like, I don't know. It just seems really weird. It's the man marked by flames. My money's on it. No reason, but I'ma stick to it. Hey, follow your instincts, bro. If your instinct is calling you to the man marked by flames, stand by it. Just heard about the part of the fish sandwich and hot chocolate. Bro, your girl is pregnant. No, she's... Stop saying that, motherfuckers. She is not pregnant. Keep reading the spoilers there in Elbaf. We're going to keep reading. We're taking our time. Cypher poll. See, but the biggest factor to me when it comes to these people missing is the fact that it's random. Like Minatomo, the guy that's missing, the dude with the nails in his nose. Why is he missing? That's like a random person. He has like no power. He's not into the politics. He doesn't even have a devil fruit. Like, why Minatomo? Like, who cares about him? And then, again, you have the workmates at the soba shop. Why? They have no political power. They obviously don't have devil fruits. So what's the point? You know, that is an important factor. Why these random people? We got Greg in the chat. We got Elle in the chat. What's good? What's good, brothers? Somebody's making a bakery. They're making a bakery?
Cook. Let him cook now.
I think he's coming to us. I don't think we're going to him. Hey, that's the same thing as Elbaf. Because, you know, I say this all the time, Art. We kept begging, Oda, take us to Elbaf. Take us to Elbaf. Take us to Elbaf. Next thing we know, Oda's bringing Elbaf to us. He's bringing Elbaf to us. He brings all the giants. He brings the ship. Chapter starts in Elbaf ship, where the Straw Hat crew, giants, and the others continue the party and celebrations. Okay, we love to see it, chat. You got the Straw Hats partying and celebrating with the giants of Elbaf. Chat, Elbaf is so close. Who here is hyped for Elbaf? Who here believes the build up to Elbaf has been amazing? If you guys are excited for Elbaf, if you guys believe that Oda's done a spectacular job ever since Little Garden, hyping up Elbaf, let me see some salutes in chat. If you think it's been amazing, you're excited, let me see some salutes, 07s. If you think it's trash, just leave the stream, just leave. Or matter of fact, say something in chat so my mods can ban you. Because me personally, like, we know that Elbaf has been hyped and has been built up for what? Chat, 800, 900 chapters? How long ago was Little Garden? That was so long ago. Jin Marks, love you too. I love everybody in chat. Thank you all for being here. Make sure you guys like the stream. If you're new here, subscribe. If you're not new here, hit the notification bell so you guys never miss when we go live. Cobalt, welcome back. Most hyped arc in the history of One Piece. It is. It is, because there hasn't been any any arc hyped up as much as Elbaf. The only arc that can really compete with that is Wano. But if you look at the fan base at large, fans were mostly hyped up for Elbaf rather than Wano, you know? It wasn't Wano barely mentioned in like Thriller Bark. I think they like vaguely mentioned Wano in Thriller Bark, whereas Elbaf was mentioned way back in Little Garden. So yeah, you're right. You know, like there's been a lot of hype, bro. The most hyped arc. Little Garden was 1,000 chapters ago, bro. 1,000 chapters. Most manga don't even make it that far. Oda has spent more time building up to Elbaf than mangaka even writing their story. Is it true you are going to be a dad? Chat, shut the fuck up. Is this the new agenda? Oh, bro. This ties into... Oh, dude, I don't even know if I should say it. Chat, should I say it? King J started an agenda in this community, and it's about me. Chat, should I say what it is? Or should I just keep it to myself? King J a few months ago started an agenda, and I just realized you guys keep calling me a dad and saying my girl's pregnant is connecting to that agenda. This man, King J, started an agenda like months ago trying to say that I'm getting married. I don't even know why he started that. I don't even know why he said that. But no, it's not true I'm going to be a dad. At least right now, no. The baby mama stuff got to stay hidden. Loki was regarded by the ancient Norse people as the god of mischief, trickery, and deception. So I wonder if that has to do with the Straw Hats' disappearance. Yeah, we'll get into that later because I want to keep going through the spoilers. We talked about that yesterday. I think Loki taking the character from One Piece, Loki, taking inspiration from Loki from Norse mythology is going to play into a conflict between Loki and Usopp. I don't necessarily think that Loki in One Piece is going to betray Elbaf. When's the wedding? You know what, El? You are my arch nemesis, bro. The Charlos agenda. You contribute to the Morley agenda. Now we got the wedding agenda. All thanks to King J. Oimo and Kashi explained that after what happened in Water 7 2 years ago, they went to Little Garden to greet Brogy or Dorian Broggy. They found them punching because their weapons were destroyed after using Hakoku to defeat the Island Eater. The Island Eater. Chat, what was the Island Eater again? After using Hakoku to defeat the Island Eater. Chat, can someone remind me what the Island Eater was? The turtle? The fish? No, it was the fish. Yeah. It was when they combined their attacks, right? Didn't they show the fish at that time? We got L with the $2 super chat. Thank you, King. Thank you. Young Smokey better be your best man. Yo, to my beautiful girl that's probably watching the stream, do you want Young Smokey to be my best man at the wedding? Bro, okay, I'll give you that one. That's actually kind of funny. I'm not gonna lie. Young Smokey, if you're still watching, bro, because I know you said you had a chess workout. Do you want to be my best man at the wedding? It would be my honor, bro. Ha 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 ha. We got Blizzard. What's good, bro? The big fish. Okay. So, guys, Hakoku is Conqueror's hockey, right? So, yo, these Giants got Conqueror's hockey, bro. Yes, sir. Yo, this is why Elbaf needs to be a hockey training arc. I want to see the Giants train the lower tier Straw Hats on the basics of hockey. I'm not telling them to give like characters like Usopp Conquerors, give Chopper advanced observation. No. Just give the Straw Hats basic hockey training. You know, teach them a little bit about armament, teach them a little bit about observation hockey. I want Elbaf to have that training arc. And maybe they can help Luffy refine his Conqueror's hockey. Not that Luffy has bad Conqueror's hockey, but maybe they could help him refine it a little bit. You know, that wouldn't really hurt. Help him refine the Conqueror's hockey, tweak it a little bit. I want to see a little bit of hockey training or just training in general. That'd be great for Elbaf. Kid will learn to use ACOC. Okay, I can't get on that ship. I can't get behind that. We don't support Kid here anymore. We gave up on Kid. I was one of the only people that supported Kid during Wano. I was one of the only people on YouTube that defended Kid. All of YouTube was slandering Kid during Wano. Everybody. Maybe 1 or 2, 3 people were defending Kid, and pretty much everyone else was slandering Kid, and I was one of the people defending Kid. But when I see Kid act arrogant again, trying to go against Shanks as if he didn't need Law's help to beat Big Mom in the first place. It's like, no, there's a difference between like being arrogant and picking your battles wisely. You know, look at Luffy. At least Luffy had a Shanks figure where he had that moment at Mocktown where he didn't fight Bellamy at first. He was picking and choosing his battles. The Kid is just on another level of arrogance. It's not aura, bro. Negative aura. So once I saw Kid tell the world, yeah, we're gonna go after Shanks again, bro. I'm gonna get my revenge, bro. We're gonna spin the block, bro. We're gonna double back. Like, no, I can't get behind that. So when I saw that, I was like, you know what, I'm done. Like, before Kid even ended up fighting him, because wasn't it like 1 or 2 chapters before like he actually fought Shanks? All I know is the moment when he was going to Elbaf and he was gonna fight Shanks, I immediately threw it in the towel. I knew he was gonna get annihilated. No cap, I admire his dumb arrogance. We got Dan the Man with the 5. Thank you, King. What if Elbaf isn't what we expect? Will Oda pull a reverse Uno card on Elbaf with our expectations on Elbaf? The Straw Hats need a power up. Hey, that's a good point, man. Thank you, Dana Man. Chat, do you think Oda could pull a fast one on us? Uno reverse card? Because look, let's be honest for a second. Chat, can we be honest for a second? We are getting very what's the word? We're jumping to conclusions. We think Elbaf is going to have the Loki from Norse mythology, even though, yes, there is a Loki character in One Piece. We think that there might be a hockey training. I was just talking about that. We think Usopp is going to get a big power up. Guys, we have to be careful. We're jumping to conclusions here. We're pushing our expectations to the forefront. And a lot of times when we get presented with something that we have like forethought about, what's the word I'm looking for, chat? Foreknowledge. When we have foreknowledge of something, we jump to conclusions and Oda throws a curveball, you know? So I think we have to be careful. Let's not jump to conclusions and have our head in the sand or our feet in the sand saying Elbaf needs to have this, Elbaf needs to have that, Elbaf needs to have this. We got to be careful. We have to temper our expectations because Dan Demand made a great point. We all the things we're expecting, we might not get. Now, there's nothing wrong with theorizing. There's nothing wrong with saying like, oh, we might get this, we might get that. But there's a difference between theorizing and like straight up having like this strong expectation. So I think it's important for us to temper our expectations. Don't go into Wano thinking Oda has to do this and Oda has to do that. Oda doesn't have to do anything. So that's a good point. Thank you, Danaman, for the super chat. Those are some good thoughts. I definitely think there's going to be aspects of Wano, or not Wano, what am I saying? Aspects of Elbaf that we're not going to expect at all. I do want to see hockey training, though. If Mo, by the way, bro, welcome in. I do want to see Usopp get a power-up. I don't want him to be in the monster trio somehow because he just doesn't fit that. And also, we have another thing, right? When we talk about Elbaf, most people are going to bring up like Usopp power-up. But chat, we have to remember that Usopp is meant to be like a normal guy. Like Usopp's not meant to be like a devil fruit user with this powerful hockey, advanced conquerors. Like he's supposed to be a human, like a scaredy cat, and eventually he's gonna overcome his fears, you know. But we have to be careful. Oda can't turn him into a powerhouse. Like, yeah, give him weapons, give him tricks and tools, and you know, in Dressrosa when he used, what was it, advanced observation or just like really good observation in Dressrosa when he sniped Sugar, like that was good. But he has to be normal for the most part. We can't make him get like Mjolnir on on Elbaf and turn it into like this crazy powerful force. Greg, what's good, bro? I do think Usopp develops Conqueror's Haki as a power-up, imbuing his shots with hockey. See, that would be cool, you know? But him, like, let's say hypothetically, Greg, and I know you're not saying this, but hypothetically, if Usopp got Conqueror's Haki and he started blasting people and he infused like advanced conquerors into his arrows and his bombs, like, okay, that might be going a little too far, you know? He still has to be like this normal guy. He's not Zoro. He's not Luffy. He's not even Sanji. He needs some bravery. Exactly, Blizzard. He needs some bravery. So what I want to see from Usopp on Elbaf, give him a moment with Loki where Usopp and Loki, they start butting heads. Trickster versus Trickster. Usopp gets really scared. He's in a really bad situation. And have Usopp overcome that barrier of fear and become a brave warrior of the sea. That's what I want to see. All right, let's continue, guys. Oimo and Kashi realize that Doria and Bragi can never finish their fight to the death without weapons, so they convince their bosses to come back to Elbaf and get new weapons before continuing fighting. Nami asks if they will continue with their duels. Doria and Bragi says, most definitely. Nami says, I can't. I can't. Usopp says, hey, Nami, didn't you learn anything from Little Garden? Luffy says, you tell her, Usopp. Yo! See, men, you need to take a lesson from this, chat. If you are a man, take a lesson. Listen, us men, bro, we're alone, bro. We need to stick up for each other. No more men for Kamala. How about men for men? How about that? Men, let's stick together. Let's stick together because we got some people like Nami that want to create the division and pull us apart. We got Luffy sticking up for Usopp. Let's get it, bro. Usopp is going to get a future sight feat and do a combo attack with Nami plus Zeus plus 100-ton hammer equals Mjolnir. Yo, how do you even come up with that? Like, Jordan, what let you down, or what led you down that path? Men for men. Look, Jojo, I didn't mean it like that, bro. I didn't mean it like that. Nami got sick to death because of Little Garden, so she was probably traumatized. Yeah. Yeah, Nami has PTSD. Let's see. Sanji says the alcohol they are drinking is pretty strong. One of the giants tells him it's an absinthe. What is that, like a poison? Or a type of alcohol? Chat, what is an absinthe? One of the giants tell him it's an absinthe called Green Fairy, and he must be careful because it even causes hallucinations. Oh shit, so they're gonna hallucinate. Oh, that's interesting because this is the same chapter where Nami wakes up in a room. Does Nami drink the alcohol? Super strong alcohol, weed and liquor drink. Absinthe is similar to alcohol. Alcohol, it's a real thing. It's not alcohol or weed. So it's not alcohol. It's similar to alcohol. What is it, like ayahuasca? Like an ayahuasca drink? Green Fairy absinthe is a real drink. Yo, look at Oda, bro. Cooking. Oh, what I meant to say is that it's funny how this chapter they have the absinthe with the Green Fairy causing hallucinations, like this liquid kind of thing. This is the same chapter where Shanks gives the Bartolomeo crew the poison. Isn't that kind of like a cool, almost like a parallel? One side with Shanks and Bartolomeo has a poison. The other side is like this liquid hallucinogenic drink. It's like a cool little dichotomy, like a cool little parallel. Hamaji with the 2, bro. Welcome back. Thank you, King. He says, ah, shit, we back again. Yo, we're back. 11:26, baby. Long summary. I'm here for it. Welcome in, Hamaji. I'm glad to see you, bro. Hope you're doing good. What it is, baby. Rust, what's good, bro? Glad to see you. Oda warning us about the dangers of drinking. Hey, how does that song go? Wish me well like Jonah. Matthew 24, don't drink the Corona. Don't drink the Corona. Don't drink the alcohol, chat. It's bad for your body. Beer makes you fat. You can't think straight. You definitely shouldn't be driving. No alcohol, chat. Abstain from that. Drinking alcohol doesn't make you cool. You don't need to drink alcohol to have fun, okay? We're mature here. We're not little children. The only, what Greg said, the only alcohol you should be sipping on is that Bink sake. Bonnie is sitting on Kuma's lap, and we can see a little smile on Kuma's face. So Kuma's alive. So Kuma is like, he's still kicking? Chat, yes or no? Is Kuma still kicking? Is he still kicking? Is he still breathing? Is there a chance that they can heal Kuma and repair him to his normal self? Because what if it's possible? Lilith is still with them. Lilith is a Vegapunk. Maybe Lilith can fix Kuma up. Maybe she can work her magic, heal him up, give him his humanity back. Maybe she could fix something. Don't lose faith, chat, especially with Elbaf. They have the books of Ohara, and Ohara was studying the Void Century. The Void Century, the Ancient Kingdom, was very advanced. So maybe she could use some of the knowledge on Elbaf and the books from Ohara to help Kuma get better. It's possible. Let's bring Kuma back, guys. Bring Kuma back. Come on, he's the GOAT. We love Kuma here. We support Kuma. He's a true follower of Nika. He's an amazing character, an amazing leader, an amazing father. Bro, Kuma is him. If you find someone that doesn't like Kuma, oh, Kuma sucks, bro. Yo, you gotta just cut him out. Just cut him out, because that's a red flag. When you guys talk about red flags in women, what you need to be focused on, does she like Kuma as a character? That's what you need to be focused on. Don't worry about how fat her ass is. Don't worry about how much money, or to the women, to the 2 girls watching the stream. Don't worry if a man makes a lot of money, 6-pack. No, what matters, does he like Kuma? That's what matters, okay? Kuma is whack because he's a pacifist. What the fuck did you just say to me? After I just gave that whole big long explanation, you want to turn around and say some shit like that to me in this chat? Mods, eradicate this motherfucker. I want to see him obliterated right now. The motherfucker who just said Kuma's whack because he's a pacifist. Mods, ban the shit out of this guy. After all I just said. Calm down, evil. Listen, you gotta be new here if you're telling me to calm down. But it's okay. We love the new people. You guys will learn. No! Greg, no. I take responsibility. No. Listen. Door handle. I am so sorry. You got eradicated by or no, it wasn't Greg, it was L. Look, I'm sorry. I take responsibility. When I say to ban people, I'm obviously just kidding. I'm just joking. I take responsibility. I'm sorry. Door handle, don't leave. We're gonna unban you. We're gonna untime you out. It's gonna be good, okay? Don't worry. We're raising you from the dead, okay? How do we repair you? How do we bring you back? I think you're back in like 60 seconds. We'll fix you. Door handle, I am so sorry. I am so sorry. He's emu now? No, don't do that to him. L and Greg. Oh, damn, we had two mods swing the hammer on him. Yo, door handle, listen, I'm sorry. I was just kidding. So it's my fault that they did that. But you shouldn't have been slandering Kuma. How about that? Maybe if you didn't slander Kuma, that never would have happened. It's not their fault. Mother Flame just rained down on your bitch ass. 600 seconds. All right, door handle. You can survive 600 seconds. You'll come back from the dead. Okay. 333 emu. No, look. Me and emu have nothing in common. I know I erase people from existence like door handle, but apart from that, we share no similarities. I picked 10 minutes. Look, door handle, he'll survive. He's a tough guy. Door handle's a tough guy. He'll make it through. He'll persevere, and he'll learn his lesson. Don't slander Kuma next time. Pull out the shades on him, flex on him. Nah, I can't, bro. He already got stomped out. I can't bring out the shades. Leon, what's good, bro? Greg's mother flame rained down on him. Hey, he was the one that slandered Kuma. That's all I'm gonna say. Don't slander Kuma, and things like this won't happen to you because Kuma's him. All right, Kuma's him. If you guys love Kuma, drop a W in chat. If you hate Kuma, drop an L so that we can make another example out of you. Well, to everyone who says L because they don't like Kuma, you will be turned into another door handle. Okay. We need to differentiate the viewers here. Who here supports Kuma? Who here doesn't? He's fucked if the timeouts piled up. Nah, I don't think they'll pile up. Antoine with the 2, what's good? Emu played in 333's bussy. That's why he hates Emu. Yo, Antoine, why is it every time you super chat me, it has to be on some sus shit, huh? Are you trying to become a mod? Because my mod's next level sus. But every time you super chat, it's always on some sus shit. We're talking about supporting Kuma, praising Kuma. You're out here talking about bussy? Look, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate your contribution. It means a lot to me. But what the fuck? Edimu going wild today. Hey, man. That's what people get for slandering Kuma. We don't tolerate that here, okay? If you even look at Kuma the wrong way, Buster Call. Exactly. No fucking slandering Kuma. This is a character who's a pastor in a church with a Bible praying to Nika. What other chat? Has there been any other time in One Piece where we saw characters praying? I think the only other time was what? Kamakura Island? What other time? Like, I think the first church we saw was in Sorbet Kingdom. This man Kuma is legit. Skypiea? Were they praying in Skypiea? I feel like they were. Were they praying to NL? Nami is Skypiea? No way Nami was praying. Who is she praying to? The OF gods? L with the 10. Thank you, Young King. My bad, bro. I had to follow Celestial Dragon. Celestial Dragon Charlos's orders. I'm like Green Bull. Listen, L and Greg, what you guys did to door handle, I told you I absorb the responsibility. So L and Greg, don't feel bad. Don't apologize. It's my fault, okay? It's entirely my fault. But you are not going to sit here and push the St. Charlos agenda. It ends today, L. It ends today. Thank you, bro. This man, and you compared yourself to Green Bull? wait. So I'm St. Charlos and you're Green Bull. So you're slandering both of us because Green Bull is not that great anyway. Green Bull is a bootlicker. I don't see you as a bootlicker. Are you a bootlicker, L? Such a shame. This man L, D1 bootlicker, if you're going to compare yourself to Green Bull. Now, you take that fall with me. If I'm St. Charlos and you're Green Bull, you're taking the fall with me. Green Bull probably has a good backstory. Man, fuck Green Bull. I bet you a Kainu will have a better backstory. A Kainu is going to be a better Green Bull. What I will say about Green Bull is the better Lucci. I don't even want to get into that because everyone likes to meat ride Lucci. Everyone loves meat riding Lucci. And I've explained this so many times why I can't be a fan of that, but L said, damn, I did sell on that. You did, bro. You compared yourself to Green Bull. Green balls, bro. All right, guys, let's continue. Let's continue. Bonnie says, now we can finally watch the horizon together, Daddy. Let's go. Who remembers that? Who remembers not too long ago the Kuma flashback? You had the ship going on the sea and the sun was on like the on the horizon and it looked like a straw hat. Who remembers that? Bro, this is so wholesome. Bonnie and Kuma reuniting. See, this is why we were saying way long ago, us as a community, me and you, everyone that agreed with me, we said so long ago that Kuma is going to leave Kamabaka Queendom, and he did. He's going to go to Marijua, and he did. And he's going to specifically go to Egghead, and he did. But why? Why would Kuma do that in the first place? We called it from the very beginning, with everyone telling us, oh, Kuma's not going to leave the Kamabaka Queendom, bro. He's going to go with Dragon and stay with Dragon. Then when Kuma went to the Red Line, oh, he's just going to the Red Line, bro. He's just going to go to Marijua. Then he goes up to Marijua. Oh, he's just going to stay at Marijua, bro. He's not going to go to Egghead. He leaves Marijua. Oh, Kuma's not leaving Marijua, bro. He's running to the castle. Even though you could literally see in the panel, in the chapter, he is running away from the castle. It made no sense. So what happened? Kuma went to Egghead. But why did he do that? To reunite with his daughter. Reunite with his daughter, Bonnie. And that was perfectly well executed. And this is what it was building up to. Amazing. Amazing shit right here, where we have Kuma reuniting with Bonnie, tying up these loose ends. We called it from the beginning because Bonnie has been a staple character of this arc. And we know that Kuma and Vegapunk have had a long-running relationship. We've known this since Thriller Bark, hundreds of chapters ago. So this is what it's been building up to. And my only critique that I could give Oda is what I wanted to see personally. I wanted to see Kuma smile and cry to Nika. Just give us like 1, 2, or 3 panels, maybe a page. But Oda gave us nothing. Zilch, nada. There was nothing showing that Kuma recognized Nika. And to me, I would have loved to see that, because clearly Kuma had some type of authority, some type of humanity, some type of will to go to Egghead in the first place. There's some type of will there, even if it's 1%. Other than that, this is beautiful. Seeing Kuma and Bonnie reunite. She's sitting on his lap. They're watching the horizon, ties up this loose end, bringing it back together. And I think what's important here is Bonnie is going to join the Straw Hat crew. Bonnie's going to join the crew. I'm not saying Vivi's not going to join the crew. I'm saying Bonnie is also going to join the crew. If you agree, say yes. If you disagree, say no. I strongly believe Bonnie's going to join the crew. She assimilates well with the Straw Hats. She randomly compliments Sanji's cooking, which is like Oda adding to that future Straw Hat agenda. She's a glutton like Luffy. She fits with them great, bro. What? Explain to me, and if you guys say no, explain to me why Bonnie shouldn't join the Straw Hats, but a character like Yamato can. That makes literally no sense. Yamato should, after her being imprisoned in Wano for so long, why would she leave Wano, make the same mistake that Oden did? Leave Wano, not even explore her hometown, and go sail the world. Do people not understand Oden's big mistake was leaving Wano? Like, it makes no sense. People will say, Bonnie's not going to join the crew, but Yamato will. That makes no sense. Did you ignore Wano? The whole thing about Oden is him leaving the country is what fucked him. So if Yamato's supposed to be the better Oden and following the footsteps of Oden properly, she shouldn't leave Wano. Look at what happened when Oden left Wano. It fell, it crumbled. You literally got to be ignoring One Piece to not even acknowledge that. But Bonnie, another thing people will say, oh, Bonnie's not going to join the crew. She's such a child, bro. She's just a little kid. Oh, and Usopp's mature? Bonnie's too young. She's too much of a child to join the Straw Hats. Oh, but Usopp's in the crew. Oh, but Chopper's in the crew. Make it make sense. We're going to have these children, Usopp and fucking Chopper, in the crew. But we're not going to put Barney in the crew. I'll have you know, Barney is far more mature than Usopp and Chopper. There's no legitimate reason why she shouldn't join the crew. She would. Also, another thing. Oh, she's too young. She's just a kid. She's just a child. Are you not aware that she was already a pirate? Like, I get so worked up over this because it's illogical. I have no agenda. I don't have this special respect for Bonnie and this special love for Bonnie. I don't have an agenda. I'm going based off of the manga. I'm going based off of the facts. And when people use this garbage arguments and counter arguments, I'm going to call it out. You can't say she's immature when you have characters like Chopper and Usopp in the fucking in the crew. Bonnie was already a pirate to begin with. If she can't join the Straw Hats because she's a child, well, why did Oda make her a pirate in the first place? That makes no sense. It's like these types of things, like, it works me up because I want to go off the facts and the logic and the proper arguments, but people just want to use these things because I don't even know why. I don't even know why. Sabo was a child too when he started training and becoming a rev. Exactly. Sabo was, what was he, 9 years old? He was a 9-year-old. Leave Kuma and Bonnie. What about St. Charlos? Big tragedy. F in chat. He deserved better. Nah, bro. Because if Kuma notices and he recognizes that Luffy is Nika, just like how Bonnie recognizes Luffy is Nika, he would want her to join the crew. Bonnie was raised being told to follow Nika, love Nika, respect Nika. He's the savior. He's the messiah. Oh, but when she recognizes Luffy as being the messiah, being Nika, she's just, yeah, you're Nika, but I don't really care. Like, what? Dude, this shit makes no sense to me. It makes zero sense. And when she joins the crew, yo, chat, to everyone, let me put it this way. My final thing, because I don't want to go on all day about this, okay? Final thing, to everyone trying to go against us with the Bonnie for Nakama, I'm gonna remember this, and I'm gonna rain hellfire. When she joins the crew, don't come to the streams. If Bonnie joins the crew, do not join the streams. I'm going to rain hellfire, because this is one of those things where people are against this idea, this obvious narrative for no legitimate reason. So as soon as she joins the crew, I'm raining hellfire on all the anti-Bonnie Nakama takes. Not evil. Bonnie, wait, where'd it go? Bonnie will get the pacifistas back and create her own crew again, but with her dad and them. Dude, we're already endgame. There's no time for her to make a whole new crew. What would even be her goal? Bonnie has to join the Straw Hats to follow Nika. And more importantly, Bonnie acknowledges that the world is controlled by the Gorsei and the world government. It was largely the government that kidnapped her mom. The world government kidnapped Bonnie's mom. The world government destroyed Kuma. She knows that now. So with all of these things in place, why does it make any sense to be like, yeah, she hates the world government. She wants to take down the world government. She loves Nika, but she's not going to join the crew. I don't fucking get it. And that's my last thing. I'm not going anymore on it. You guys better hope I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, I'll admit it. I won't make an excuse. I won't say, oh, Oda fumbled. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Young Smokey with the 10. Thank you, bro. Oda said he changed his storytelling vastly after he had his own daughter. He loves the father-daughter relationship. Kuma and Bonnie is based on him and his daughter. Yo, I actually didn't even know that. Young Smokey, thank you for the 10. I greatly appreciate you, King. That's actually wholesome, bro. That's wholesome. Oda, you see, Oda's always grabbing stuff from the real world and pulling it into One Piece. Putting it into One Piece. You have ethnic cleansings in One Piece. Gee, I wonder where an ethnic cleansing came from. You have the Noah's Ark in One Piece. Gee, I wonder where the Noah's Ark came from. Adam tree, Eve tree. Wow, did Oda just make that up? A Messiah, this guy that's supposed to return from the dead and save the world against the great chasm of evil. Gee, I wonder where that's from. Kuma walking around with a Bible? What's that? What's a Bible? Where's that from? So, like, that's what I like most about One Piece. Oda taking the real stuff from the real world, incorporating it into the story, beautifully tying it all together. Because then what happens is when we read One Piece, like, yes, we could suspend reality for a moment. We can get into the fantasy. Because at the end of the day, One Piece is just a fantasy. But when we return back to reality and we look at politics, when we look at Israel and Palestine, we can see the clear connections. We can see how Oda would want us to think and how Oda would want us to conduct ourselves. Like, why are no other YouTubers doing a Palestine charity stream? You sat there and you read how, oh, it was so bad. O'Hara was genocided. But then you see Palestine getting genocided and you don't care. All the One Piece YouTubers didn't even support the Palestine stream I had, just like completely MIA. They themselves didn't even do it. What about the child trafficking? We see human trafficking in One Piece in the official manga of Sabaody. They use the phrase in the official translations. Human trafficking. Where are the human trafficking charity streams? Why am I the only one? And I'm not even trying to toot my own horn. I'm not trying to pat myself on the back. I'm not a narcissist. But it's like, people need to understand that One Piece is based off of the real world. That's just how it is. Oda wants us to realize these things. Yes, it's a story. Yes, it's a pirate story. Yes, it's a manga. It's an anime. It's goofy. Yes, but there's still darkness in it. There's still truths. There's still things to be understood and told. And I can't stress this enough. I want you guys to think about this. All these dark themes we see in One Piece, all these things we're learning and witnessing, trafficking, the witchery, Satan, they mentioned it, soul contracts, all of these things, bro. Oda wants you to think about this when you live in the real world. You can't go running away like a little baby. You got to stand strong, stand tall, stand on business. And I'll be the only one that has to do it. I'll do it solo. I'll do it solo because when I did the Palestine stream, people were saying, "Oh, bro, you're a Nazi. You're a Nazi for doing this stream. What about the Israelis?" Lamau, bro. Thank you for doing that stream. Free Palestine. Hey, it's for the good of the world, bro. It's for the good of the world. Oh, shit. Something just happened with my USB port, guys. Uh-oh, are we still live? Nobody's arguing against you, bro. Literally, somebody in chat was just arguing against me. Literally right now. And especially on Twitter. You might not be on Twitter, but there's people on fucking Twitter being babies arguing against me. And either way, look, it's not about who's arguing against you. No one's going to try to debate you. Look, I'm just talking my talk. I'm just speaking my piece. Okay? I'm Palestinian and you're goated for that. I'm just doing what's correct and what's right. I stand for truth, love, and light. I don't give a fuck who gets butthurt, who gets offended. I really don't care, because at the end of the day, the Bible talks about how in the end, good will be seen as bad and bad will be seen as good. That's the times we're living in. Oda drops subtle hints like Luffy being in Okinawa and Zoro being Hokkaido, pointing out the colonization of the Ryukyuans and Ainu in Japan. Shout out to Greg, guys. Shout out to that boy Greg with his Okinawa peace theory. It's an amazing theory. Shout out to the boy. As soon as he mentions the Jews, hey, people could say whatever they want. Say whatever you want, because everything I've ever said about a Jew is true. What I say about the Jew is true. You don't catch me lying about the Jews. They killed Jesus Christ. They promote corn. They promote mass immigration. We're not getting into it. So call me what you want. I don't care. All right. Enough with the yapping. Let's continue. How long have we been live, guys? 2 hours? 2 hours and we're not even halfway through the spoilers? I'm gonna give you a warning right now. Any spamming will get timed out. I let it slide, but y'all gotta chill. Wait, who's spamming? Yo, to everyone that's saying like yapping. Yo, we're gonna have the first rule of the stream, chat, because there's almost like no rules here. We're gonna create our first rule. Quit crying about the yapping, because like it's just, I've explained this so many times, you know, where it's like we are here to communicate, share our thoughts, go back and forth. I don't want to be one of the content creators that just ignores the chat. I like to say what I think and say what I feel, and I feel like it's just deterring away from that, and it's just like making me be less human when it's like, oh, stop yapping, you know. That can be a little annoying, but like I want to say how I feel. As the same as Gorsei being based on real people, for example, Nosjuro based on Gandhi. Yeah, they are based on real people. Did you see the other day? I pulled up a picture of a certain type of person and compared them to Saturn. Come on, that was funny, bro. You have to admit that was kind of funny, because it's uncanny. It's very similar. Facts, I always love hearing you talk. This is Amy Yaku from my other account. Thank you. I appreciate it. To everyone giving me the support, I appreciate it. To those of you that hate the yapping, look, I understand, but that's just what I do. I'm talking, I'm being a human, I'm being a normal person. I am not a robot, okay? And I like to be raw and genuine. I don't want to have to censor myself, put on a mask so I can appeal to as much people as possible. Don't do a Palestine stream because I don't want to offend my followers. That's not who I am. I'm going to say exactly how I feel, exactly how I want, at the exact time that I want to do it. That's who I am. So if you don't accept me, then what can I say? But enough of the yapping about the yapping. That's a meta argument, meta conversation. We're yapping about the yapping. Okay, I'm not here to complain about the chat. I'm just letting you guys know this is what we do. This is how we rock and roll. You guys are free to yap with me. I'm not the only one yapping. That's all I'm gonna say. Chat, you guys yap as well. We all fucking yap. It's in our human nature. We're all yapping. Let me embrace the yapping. Okay, fine. I ate the yap no me. I talk. I'm a talker. But isn't that what I'm supposed to do? That's what I'm supposed to do. All right, chat. All right, let's drop the topic. Let's not alienate each other. Okay, chat, I love everyone here. Even if you guys said, oh, you're yapping too much, bro, stop. I still love you. Okay, chat? I love you. I accept all of you. It's okay. Time to move on. Farhat, I see that comment. Thank you, bro. I saw what you said, Jordan. I'm not going to repeat the comment out loud because I don't want to continue that logic. So I'm so happy for you and your family and your family and your family for all the hard work. I'm so happy for you and your family and your family and your family. What do you mean by that? I'm here for Yap Piece. Advanced color of Yappy. See, that's funny. That I can accept. But chat, let's continue with the spoilers. Let's see. Cut to Galter Island. The island where 1 month ago Bartolomeo burned Shanks' flag in the cover story. Bartolomeo was beaten up by the red-hair pirates and now he's tied up and kneeling before Shanks. Yo, this might actually look like a similar scene to when Bonnie was tied up with Blackbeard. Do you guys remember that? Was it pre-time skip or was it post-time skip? When Bonnie ran into Blackbeard. I don't remember. It doesn't really matter. But that scene might actually look a little bit similar where, again, Bonnie, she was kind of captured and she had that problem with Blackbeard. Whereas, like, Bartolomeo is going to have that problem with Shanks. I don't know why that just pops in my mind right now. Nami forever a pawn. No, Robin mentioned L. No, bro. I think Robin's going to be mentioned this chapter. She's not mentioned? Because it mentioned that she was on one of the ships, right? Did you see when Bartolomeo blocked Shanks' attack with a barrier? Is that in this chapter? Because I don't think I got to that part. Because it says at the beginning, Lone Sigma, that like the very first point about Bartolomeo and Shanks, it just immediately says that Bartolomeo was beaten up. So I didn't see Shanks block the wall, or he used the wall, or whatever you're saying. Shanks says that if he forgives Bartolomeo for this, the power of the red hair pirates' flag will drop, and all islands and friends where his flag waves will be in danger. Bartolomeo apologizes to him in tears. So chat, let me ask you, everyone watching the stream, make sure you like the stream, I'd appreciate it. But I have a question for you guys, a yes or no question. Do you guys think that Shanks is in the right for beating up Bartolomeo and tying him up and standing on business? Yes or no? Because what he's saying, there is a little bit of truth to that. Because if Shanks allows Bartolomeo to disrespect him, disrespect his fleet, disrespect his crew, disrespect the flag, burn it down, Shanks doesn't do anything about it, people are going to look at Shanks, whether they're in his crew or not, and be like, bro, who are you? You're supposed to be an emperor. You're supposed to be our captain. You're supposed to be the leader of our fleet, and you're gonna allow people to burn our flag? I feel like Shanks, he's not really in the wrong for this. And hey, at least Shanks isn't killing him. Cause let's be real, chat. Shanks could speed blitz and probably kill Bartolomeo. I highly doubt Shanks struggled against Bart. And you could say, oh, well, Bart has a strong wall. He has the barrier fruit. But we're talking about Shanks, someone with incredible hockey, someone with incredible speed. He's an emperor. So, you know, if Shanks really wanted to, he could speed blitz and straight up murder Bartolomeo, but he didn't. He had to give him a spanking. All right, Bart, you needed to be spanked because you were stepping out of place. You can't do that. You can't step out of place and disrespect people like Shanks. It's not gonna happen. He's an emperor. He has his fleet. You know, so I would say Bart was in the wrong. Bartolomeo was in the wrong. Last Straw Hat is from a Straw Hat red-haired Davy back fight. That's a good idea, a good theory. What's good, Michelangelo? Yeah, everyone's saying yes. It was a fan-made panel. Oh, so there's a fan-made panel of Shanks versus Bart? Is that what you're saying? Yup, he's in the right. Otherwise, Shanks would be seen as a fraud. Had it coming, Shanks can kiss him in forgiveness. Yo, that would be the Jesus-like thing to do. Just grab Bartolomeo, spank him real quick, kiss him on the forehead. I forgive you, son. Don't ever do this again, Bartolomeo. Don't you ever do that again. Never burn the flag. You can't be out here disrespecting. First of all, Bartolomeo, me and you, we should be on the same team, technically. You support Luffy, I support Luffy. Why are you burning my flag? That you're like shooting me in the crossfire. Like, Why? Chat, can someone remind me why he did that? Why did Bartolomeo burn the flag? I legit don't remember. That was too long ago. I don't even remember. Does anyone remember? Why did he burn the flag? Was it because Shanks took his island or something? Spread the word. Don't test Shanks. Yo, why would any pirate in their right mind test an emperor? That's suicide. Plus, like, don't people in the One Piece world know that Shanks is a very powerful, formidable figure? He was the one that ended Marineford. That was being broadcasted on TV. There's lots of people watching the war, especially the people that were literally on the battlefield. It's like, it's suicide to even test Shanks. Like, I think that was just not smart of Bart. He wanted to sell Luffy merch. Some people would like that punishment to put it under Luffy's territory. To put that island under Luffy's territory. That's why Bart burnt the flag. Oh, yeah, so we could blame Bartolomeo for that. Guys, I'm gonna go out on a limb and I'm gonna say that this is Bartolomeo's fault. He shouldn't have been out here burning flags. He should I don't know how he could have understood this or realized this, but I feel like he should have known that Luffy and Shanks are on good terms. You shouldn't be out here burning his flag. This man Bartolomeo is acting like a D1 colonizer. He's on his Christopher Columbus shit. You saw what Christopher Columbus was doing to the West Indies or the East Indies, to the Caribbean, the Jamaicas. This man, Bartolomeo, is just another Christopher Columbus. But the problem is, he actually went... I don't even know how to... Forget I said that, because I don't want to say something offensive. Look, suicide. That's all I'll say. There were good people on both sides. Kid showed an example, but Bart didn't read the newspaper. Kid was obviously dumb enough to put that island under Luffy's territory. It wasn't that deep. It was just being immature. He did it because Luffy's territory, not real reason. It was a silly action anyways. You don't mess with the red hair. Yeah, it's just, it's dumb. He's an emperor. All right, let's continue, guys. Let's continue. Shanks says that if he forgives Bartolomeo for this, okay, we read that already. Bartolomeo apologizes to him in tears. Bartolomeo says, "You are absolutely right. I'm really sorry. I didn't even think of that. I just went ahead and did something stupid out of ignorance." Hongo gives Bartolomeo a little bottle. Hongo says, "This is a very deadly poison. You have 1 month to make Straw Hat Luffy drink it." Bartolomeo says, "What?" Hongo says, "Whoever drinks it will die from immense pain with blood bursting out of their body. Your boss must take responsibility for what you did." The Barto Club pirate says, "That's too cruel. Luffy and the other senpais have nothing to do with this." Suddenly, Bartolomeo grabs the bottle of poison with his mouth and drinks it himself. Barto Club pirate says, "No, boss, you're gonna be covered in blood and die." Bartolomeo says, "This is how it should be, huff huff." Shanks and Beckman observe the scene next to Hongo while Bartolomeo talks in tears. Bartolomeo says, "Luffy senpai didn't give us his flag or his brother cup to bear them. We just took them on our own, so it has nothing to do with Luffy senpai. I don't want even a second of senpai's precious time to be wasted on the likes of us. This is just another incident of a scoundrel who foolishly challenges a Yonko and paid the price for it. Hardly newsworthy." Bartolomeo says too that he wanted to see Luffy senpai become the Pirate King, but now he won't see it because he's an idiot. Luckily for Bartolomeo, what was inside the bottle was not poison, and Shanks lets them go. W Bartolomeo and W Shanks. Guys, as I said yesterday during the stream, during the short summary, this is going to be one of those things that's way more compelling when you actually see the chapter, when you actually see the panels. We're over here reading text. We're reading a long summary text post by Mugiwara23. Read on. You know, this is going to be so much better seeing this unfold, seeing the poison bottle, watching Shanks talk to Bartolomeo, trying to tell him about forgiveness, Bartolomeo crying, Bartolomeo professing his love for Luffy, his devotion to Luffy. This is a great thing, chat. I love this. I love this, love this, love this, man. Door handle, welcome back, King. I knew you could make it through. Yeah, guys, what do you guys think? W or L? Do you guys like this situation? I feel like most people should say W, right? Most people are gonna like this. This is testing the loyalty of Luffy, testing the loyalty of Joy Boy. Just like we said yesterday during the short summary stream, I think it was The One, that was his name in chat, The One. He was saying yesterday that Bartolomeo testing, or no, Shanks testing Bartolomeo's loyalty to Luffy is similar to how Kuma was testing Zoro's loyalty to Luffy. An interesting thing there, Bartolomeo is a follower of Luffy with green hair, and Zoro is a follower of Luffy with green hair. So we have these tests of loyalty to not only Luffy, but to Joy Boy, because Luffy's Joy Boy at the end of the day. Shout out to Ellen Chat, he super chatted this, he added on to this idea where it's like, okay, maybe Joy Boy had a Judas figure. Maybe someone in the distant past betrayed Joy Boy. Maybe it was Emu, and he played like this role of Judas. If you guys are familiar with the Bible, Judas betraying Jesus for 30 shekels, 30 pieces of silver, betraying Luffy. So this is great stuff, guys. I love this personally, seeing the loyalty that he has for his captain. This is what we need in the story. And this is going to reinforce the idea, guys, that there's not going to be too many betrayals in Endgame. Like, when you look at the Straw Hat crew, they're all devoted. They're all, what's another word besides? They're all loyal to Luffy. Remember in Wano, Nami was like quite possibly on the verge of death against Ulti, and Ulti was saying, tell me Big Mom's gonna be Pirate King, don't tell me Luffy's gonna be Pirate King. And Nami's on the verge of death. She has blood all over her head and face, and what does she tell Ulti? No, Luffy's gonna become Pirate King. So it's situations like this, it's situations like Nami, where it's like we're getting an end game. These characters are very devoted to Luffy, and it's beautiful. And it's just like Elle said, this is going to build up to the idea that Joy Boy in the past, Nika, whoever, however you want to call him, he quite possibly had someone that betrayed him. Or yeah, not Big Mom. not loyalty to Big Mom. I meant Kaido. Kaido, because Ulti's a beast pirate. My bad. You guys know what I meant. My bad. I don't know, bro. For some reason, when I'm streaming, my brain just like swaps names around. I don't know why I do that. But thank you for the correction, chat. Ulti was telling Nami to profess that Kaido was going to be Pirate King, not Luffy. Rashad, what's good, bro? Welcome back. I'm glad to see you. E-Myth did it without knowing, I think. Tricked. If we don't count Zoro, Nami is the most loyal. Chat, who do you think's the most loyal Straw Hat? Give me your answer. I feel like I know what most people are going to say. Hey, Maya Sharif, welcome back. I'm glad to see you. Bart. Blizzard, you think Bart is now the most loyal? Because of the poison? I mean, hey, that's a fair argument, because Bart just, he was told this poison is going to instantly kill you, go give it to Luffy. He instantly was like, nope, give me the poison, I'm going to drink it. That's pretty loyal. Zoro? Yeah, I figured most people would say Zoro. I would probably, so for me, I don't want to say like any of the Straw Hats are more loyal than the others. I think all of them are loyal. They're all equally loyal. But if you put a gun to my head and you said you have to give me an answer, I would probably say Zoro. I would say Zoro and then Jinbei. Jinbei, or Zoro/Jinbei. Jinbei's a really good answer. Look at the devotion. Look at everything Jinbei went through to be alongside Luffy. All the way back from Fishman Island. Remember Luffy and Jinbei did the blood transfusion Jinbei is a super loyal character. Everything that happened with Big Mom, him fulfilling his promise, coming back to the Straw Hats. Zoro and Jinbei, they're neck and neck. But again, I don't want to say like any Straw Hat is more loyal than the others. I think they're all equally loyal. But again, if I had to answer, I would say either Zoro or Jinbei. Chopper got that animal loyalty. Yo, Chopper has like the dog loyalty. You guys know how like they say dogs are a man's best friend. Come on, Chopper's a dog, bro. He's a dog. He's pretty close. He's loyal to Luffy. Chopper has never betrayed Luffy. Think about that. Chopper has never betrayed Luffy. At the very, very, very beginning, Nami had a quote-unquote betrayal. Sanji kind of left the crew. Usopp kind of left the crew. Robin kind of did her own thing. But Chopper never turned his back. And correct me if I'm wrong, chat. If I'm wrong, correct me. But Chopper has never turned his back on Luffy. Zoro over Bart be getting Luffy in a hot water. Yeah, I mean, that is kind of true. Bart does get Luffy in the hot water. Neither Brook, Frankie, Zoro, Chopper, they never betrayed Luffy. W, Big Boss, Jinbei. Jinbei's a great character. Guys, do you like Jinbei? Yes or no? I like Jinbei. Yes or no? I think Jinbei's a great character. He's a great fishman. He has great morals. Look at his conflict and look at his interaction with Arlong. Look at his interaction with Orihime, with Fisher Tiger, with Hody Jones. And then look at how Jinbei turned out. He's a great character. Jinbei's nationality is India. Yeah, I think Oda said that in an SBS, right? He's the wisest character. Didn't Oda say that like Jinbei could be the father figure of the Straw Hats or something like that? Well, what was it? It was in an SBS. Oda said something like, if all the Straw Hats like had a familiar role or something like that, Jinbei would be the father or like the uncle or something like that. And you know, he kind of keeps Luffy in line at times. He's like, nah, Luffy, bro, you're going off the deep end here and there. You got to keep your head on straight. You're the leader of the crew. You got to be mature. Bro, I really like Jinbei. He's a great character. A lot of the fishmen are straight up amazing characters, man. Arlong's an awesome character. Oh, that scared the shit out of me. Yo, chats. Chats. For Yap Yap No Me, I'm not going to show his name, chat. I'm not going to show his name. Guys, we got a super chat through Cash App, okay? Because Cash App doesn't take my money. YouTube, when you guys super chat, takes 60%, 60. It takes 60% of your donation. Shout out to L, guys. L just super chatted $33, bro. Can we get some salutes? Can we get some WLs? He super chatted $33.33. He says for Yap Yap No Me. Yo, thank you so much, L. You know we're the Yap Yap No Me community here. L, you're extremely generous. Thank you so much with the big dono, bro. The big super. Thank you so much, bro. 33. This man came through and dropped the 33 bomb. Thank you. I wish YouTube wasn't like this. And L, everyone watching the stream, I don't want you guys thinking like, oh, this guy's here for the money. Evil just wants the money, money, money. You guys know super chatting, that's totally optional. I love everyone the same. I try to read as many chat messages as possible. But like at the same time, I want you guys to know when you super chat, YouTube takes 60%, 60. And that's like, to me, that's wild. You're taking more than half. So if you guys want to support me and have as much of the funds, you know, come to me and support me, I would suggest Cash App. But super chat memberships, it's optional. You guys don't have to do anything. L, thank you so much, bro. Thank you. I greatly appreciate you. Farasti, welcome back, bro. I'm glad to see you. Farhat says, no need to clear it, brother. We know what you are, and we're still here. It means you're a great guy. Hey, Farhat, thank you. That was Farhat. I don't mean to get sappy, but that made me really happy, bro. Thank you so much. Thank you, King. I appreciate messages like that. No need to clear it, brother. We know what you are, and we're still here. It means you're a great guy. Lots of support. Thank you. Because, you know, I'm not really the most insecure person, but I don't want people thinking that like I'm all about the money and I want the followers and clout. Like, think about it. If I was that kind of person, I wouldn't say like 95% of the stuff I say. You know, I just don't want people to get the wrong impression of me. That's all it is. But Farhat, thank you. That comment actually means a lot to me. And 60% is a huge robbery. You know how many YouTubers got to deal with that? It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. But guys, again, L, thank you so much, bro. Let's continue with the spoilers, okay? Let's see. As going Luffy Senpai sails away from the island at full speed, Bartolomeo tells Gambia that he thought Shanks was a terrifying man because of his Yonko status. But now he has discovered Shanks is very naive. Bro! Bartolomeo! We were just praising you. Why you gotta throw insult to Shanks and throw shots at him? Shanks is not naive. Shanks is an actual leader. He's standing on biz, bro. As going Luffy Senpai sails away from the island at full speed, Bartolomeo tells Gambia he thought Shanks was terrifying because of his Yonko status, but he has discovered Shanks is naive. Shanks is not naive. He spared you. Shanks could have murdered you. And what do you mean by naive? What exactly did Shanks do that was naive? Letting you go and live is naive? I don't know, man. Chat, that's not a good look. That's not a good look for Bartolomeo. We were just supporting you, King. We were just supporting you, and you want to act like that? Barto will get another ass whooping. Yo, he didn't learn his lesson. Leon, he clearly did not learn his lesson. Shanks, you need to grab Bartolomeo by the ear, pull him over, bend him over your knee, and spank him because this dude just did not learn his lesson. And Bartolomeo, it's funny how you only decided to call Shanks naive after you sailed away, because I bet you would have never called him naive to his face. You were sitting there, Bartolomeo, crying to Shanks. I'm sorry, bro. Forgive me. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to do this. I'm being a child. I'm being childish. I was foolish. You sail away and you call him naive? Man. At the same time, we can see Shanks is smiling in the Red Force. Beckman approaches to talk to his captain. Beckman says, "What are you grinning about, boss?" Shanks says, "It just brings me joy to think Luffy has someone that cares so much for him." Yo, Bartolomeo, you just got outclassed. You sailed away talking smack about Shanks, calling him naive. Meanwhile, he's praising you, and he's happy about Luffy, happy about this dedication and this devotion. Can we get some W Shanks or some winks in chat, man? Like, yo, Bart, you just got outplayed. You just got outclassed. Because of anything, Shanks being happy that someone cares for him and has this devotion to him, that's giving you a little bit of credit. You know, he's saying like, wow, like Bartolomeo has devotion. He respects and loves Luffy. You know, that's not taking anything away from Bartolomeo. If anything, that's giving Bartolomeo some credit. Meanwhile, you're talking smack about Shanks, saying, oh, bro's naive. Yo, you just got outclassed, bro. You got outclassed. See, this is why we are Shanks supporters. He is not a rat. He is not an op. He is not a wimp. Shanks is strictly him. Himothy. Figureland Himothy Shanks. From the Himalayas. Wholesome Shanks, bro. Wanks. Yo, that's a ridiculous word, by the way. Can you guys spam wanks in the chat? Someone joins the stream at that moment and they're just thinking, why is he saying spam wank? He wants you guys to spam the word wank and wanks in the chat. What is he talking about? Winks all day. Yo, Dretsky, yo. This man typed winks all day. Are you talking about yourself or are you talking about me? Because I don't do that all day. I think he was saying Shanks was naive for letting him live. I don't know though, because we would need the actual chat. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So when I give my opinions about the stuff that I'm reading, I want you to know that it's in the context of the spoilers. Like, I fully understand that the chapter is going to supply more context. I 100% understand that. But at the same time, I want to react to the spoilers. I want to react to what I'm reading. So I don't like the idea of him calling him naive. He's not naive. He spared you. You're loyal to Luffy. How is he naive? Because, like, okay, let me give you guys a hypothetical situation. Let's say in a different universe, Bartolomeo, he wasn't loyal to Luffy. He was Luffy's enemy. And he told Shanks, "I'm loyal to Luffy. I'll die for Luffy. He's going to be the Pirate King." And he was lying to Shanks. Then that makes Shanks naive. But Shanks testing his loyalty, like, I don't know. That just rubs me the wrong way. I'm not really a fan of it. Sometimes 3 times a day. Oh, just because my name is evil, that doesn't mean we wank 3 times a day. Exactly, L. Ain't no way Shanks is evil. Chat, I need a definitive answer. I want everyone watching the stream, first of all, like the stream, okay? It takes you 1 second to like the stream. Second of all, chat, I want everyone here to answer this question with a yes or a no. Don't give me a maybe. Don't give me a paragraph. Give me a simple yes or no answer. Is Shanks an enemy to Luffy? Is he an op? Is he a rat? Is he opposition? Is he betraying him? Anything of that sort. Is Shanks an enemy of Luffy? Yes or no? I have to say 110% no, he's not an enemy. No. You got to be ignoring way too much of the story to argue that. Too much. Too much. And I'm glad to see most people here say no. We got about 1 person that says yes, or 2 people that say yes. But come on, man. All the times Shanks has looked out for Luffy, all the times Shanks was alone on a island shore smiling at Luffy's bounty and news. Shanks ending the war, Shanks letting Luffy live. The only reason Shanks went to Marijua and spoke and had the authority to talk to the Gorosei is because he has Figureland blood. I am pushing that agenda. It's not because Shanks is homies with the Gorosei. It's not because they're cool and they're friends. Actually, in the physical or in the original manga for that chapter where Shanks is talking to the Gorosei, in the Raws in the Japanese, they're disrespecting Shanks. If Shanks was on good terms with the Gorosei, why would they disrespect him? That makes no sense. They were disrespecting Shanks, talking to him in a rude, disrespectful tone. That just shows that they're not on that type of timing. They're not on that wavelength with Shanks. I believe the only reason why he had the authority to talk to them is because he has Figureland blood. And what Shanks is doing, what Shanks' role in the story is he is a character that has celestial dragon blood in him. More specifically, high-ranking celestial dragon blood in him. What Shanks is doing is he's using that blood, he's using that benefit to help Luffy. Okay? I would put any amount of money on that. That is the point of Shanks. A character that has celestial dragon blood in him, high-ranking celestial dragon blood in him, and he's using that to his advantage to help Luffy, to help bring balance in the world, to protect Joy Boy. I guarantee you any money, that's the point. You can't ignore all these things in the story and be like, nah, throw it all away. Shanks is a rat. He's evil. Like, don't get me wrong. If you want to have fun and just make a joke and say Shanks is a rat, like, fine. Like, I don't care. Make that joke. It's cool. I'm all for the memes. But if you want a hardcore push that he's actually a rat and he's actually trying to snitch on Luffy and kill Luffy, I feel like you're ignoring so much in the story. You gotta be ignoring. You gotta be saying like, okay, forget that, forget that, forget all of that. He spoke with the Gorosei, therefore he's evil. He's good, bro. He ain't evil, he's good. Exactly, Blizzard. And we got Dandaman with the 5. Thank you, King. I greatly appreciate you. Shanks this, Shanks that. Fuck with Luffy's fleet. Let's see how Emperor Captain Luffy handles the situation as a child or as an emperor. Dang. Chat, what do you guys think? If guys, if someone messed with Luffy's fleet, do you guys think Luffy's gonna respond as an emperor or is he gonna respond as a child? Because we were just talking about how Luffy picks and chooses his battles, but I'm wrestling with that because I don't necessarily think Luffy's gonna let a lot of things slide. But at the same time, is he gonna beat the shit out of somebody and tie them up? Maybe it depends on who it is. What do you guys think? Shanks this, Shanks that. Fuck with Luffy's fleet. Let's see how Emperor Captain Luffy handles the situation as a child or as an emperor. I don't know, man. I want to lean towards emperor, but if we say child, like I understand that too. I don't know. That's a good question, Dan. That's tricky. What do you think? Let me know what you think, Dan. What is your answer? Thank you for the super chat, bro. Would Luffy side with Bartolomeo and take revenge by attacking Shanks? Nah, no way. I don't think Oda's going to go that direction. Now, don't get me wrong. I do believe that Shanks and Luffy are going to have a clash. But the only reason I believe that is I think it's going to be in the context of them reuniting. Like Shanks is going to see Luffy, Luffy's going to see Shanks, and they're going to speed blitz each other. And they're going to clash. They're going to split the sky, and it's going to be a beautiful thing to reunite and to go back to old times to prove that Luffy has become a good pirate. I don't necessarily think it's going to be in the context of oh, you beat up Bartolomeo. How could you do that? Like, I don't think it's going to go that direction. I think Luffy would actually give Shanks the benefit of the doubt. Like, maybe if Luffy heard about that situation, he'd be like, oh, well, what happened? Why did Shanks do that? Why would Shanks do that? Wasn't there a similar situation at the end of Wano where it was like with Zoro and Mihawk? You guys remember at the end of Wano where Zoro heard the story about Buggy being the leader of Cross Guild? And Zoro was like, oh, Mihawk is serving Buggy? That's not the Mihawk I know. There must be a reason for that. There must be something that I don't know of. I think it'll be something like that. So if someone told Luffy, hey, Shanks was beating up and captured Bartolomeo and let him go, Luffy would probably respond like Zoro, that's not the Shanks I know. Something must have happened. Why did he do that? I think it'll be more along those lines. Roxy Yunez, welcome back, bro. I'm glad to see you, man. How you doing? Danaman, where's your answer, bro? I want to know what you think. You think he's going to respond as an adult or as a kid? Shanks going to give Luffy the same treatment as he gave Uta. Bro, I watched Film Red distracted so long ago, I don't even remember what happened in Film Red. So when you say Shanks is going to give Luffy the same treatment as Uta, you got to let me know what you mean. Because I wasn't that interested in Film Red, I'm going to be honest. I'm not really into the One Piece movies. I'm like hardcore manga. Oh, I still got to watch the episode. Yo, I need to watch the new episode with Emu talking. Guys, I actually saw a post yesterday. I don't know if you guys know this, but apparently in the credits of the anime, when they had the voice actor labeled for Emu, it was question marks. Isn't that weird? That person must have signed like a special contract with Shueisha. Like, that is so weird. They must have told the voice actor, yo, we're going to have you voice act for Emu, but in the credits, we're not going to put your name. It's going to be question marks. So a lot of people, chat, they think the voice actor for Emu is Oda. How fucking hilarious would that be? Oda is voice acting for Emu. Like, that'd be so funny. And I know some people, like my girl said this, like, oh, but like Oda wouldn't have enough time. He's really busy. Well, one thing is like voice acting, it actually doesn't take that long. Like Emu is gonna have what? How many sentences did he have that last episode? What, 2 sentences? Like, you could record that very quickly, especially with the editing they do with their software. You could record for like an anime or a movie very quickly. Like, they could write out all the lines that Oda needs to do, like 20 episodes in advance. He'll show up for a few hours. and like every episode is probably gonna have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sentences of Emu. Oda can knock that out very quickly, you know? I don't think we're gonna get these gigantic speeches from Emu, maybe much later on in the anime, but by then the manga will probably be over. I think Oda, there's a possibility Oda could be the voice actor of Emu. That'd be so sick, bro. That'd be so funny as well. And you know what's interesting, guys? One more thing before we continue with the spoilers. I want you guys to think about this. Just let this marinate for a little bit. Do you guys remember how me and a bunch of other people during Wano, we had the theory that Tenguyama, no, what's his name? Okay, the theory that Kazuki Sukiyaki, the father of Odin, do you guys remember how there was the theory that Kazuki Sukiyaki was the Tengu guy? What's his name? Tenguyama? I forgot his name. You guys remember that theory though? That the father of Odin, Kazuki Sukiyaki, was the Tengu guy? The reason that theory really prospered and the reason why a lot of people started to buy into the theory is because they had the same voice actor. And I think the anime, they caught on to that. The anime, someone in Shueisha, someone in Toei, they realized like, oh shoot, people connected how Kazuki Sukiyaki is Tenguyama Hitetsu. Those are the same exact person because they have the same exact voice actor. So maybe there's a reason similar to that. Maybe they're aware of that situation. So they're like, okay, for Emu, we got to hide the voice actor because if we reveal the voice actor, it's going to spoil something. It might not even have to be a character from One Piece. Maybe it's a character from another show and that causes theories to be made. It causes a spoiler. It's just food for thought, guys. Let me know what you think. Yo, Lucas, what's good, bro? I don't know. We yapped so much. I don't even remember, man. Oh, we got two Eunice in chat. We got Roxy Eunice and we got Eunice Morocco. I'm going to call you Morocco. I read all the chapters and watched all the anime in 1.5 years. Bro, you had to have been watching and reading like 24/7, man. Randy Troy picked up on them being the same person based on the dolls. Yeah, that's true. Shout out to Randy Troy. I also had a video on that. I'm not sure if we had the same exact details. I'm not even sure who made the theory first, but I guess that really doesn't matter. At the end of the day, is we are like-minded individuals. That's what matters. We're like-minded individuals. But yeah, if you look through the manga, the dolls that Tenguyama Hitetsu had at the beginning of Wano is the same exact type of dolls that they mentioned in the castle. I forgot what the dolls were. Does anyone remember what the dolls were called specifically? It's a certain type of doll. But yeah, there was a lot of details. They vaguely said that, oh, Kazuki Sukiyaki was poisoned. I think he died. Like Orochi said something like that. It was very vague. It seems like, are you sure? Are you actually sure he's dead? There was just a lot of red flags. And I made that video so long ago. It's probably over 2 years ago at this point that I made that video. So I don't even remember all the details. But yeah, there was a lot of details that went into that theory, you know? I caught up to the anime in 4 months. Man, again, you guys, were you watching One Piece? Shout out to One Piece. I actually noticed, guys, a few months ago with One Piece, they brought it back to the website. So you don't even have to download the episodes anymore. You guys can go to the One Piece website and stream the episode. You don't even have to download the episode anymore. Anyone could go to One Piece, click to the season or the arc or whatever, and watch the episodes instantly like YouTube or like Crunchyroll. So if you guys want to start through the anime again and get through the manga really quickly or the anime really quickly, check out One Piece. You don't even have to download anything. And shout out to Dan the Man with the $10 super chat. Thank you, King. An exchange of sake cups means a bond to that of a family member. Saying Luffy could call on their help whenever he needed it, Luffy ordered them the same in return. If needed, we get Emperor Luffy. Yeah, that's a good point, Dan. They did exchange sake cups, and that's something not only in real life, but it's very important. It's very symbolic in One Piece. It goes back to how we saw Luffy Sabo Ace ASL Ace Sabo Luffy. It goes back to how ASL shared a sake cup. This is a very serious thing. So if Luffy and Bartolomeo are going to share a sake cup, then that means that they have to have like this undying loyalty, this undying devotion to each other, this undying respect. But you know, Dan DeMann, at the same time, like I feel like Luffy's gonna be inquisitive. Like he's gonna want to hear, like, okay, well, why did Bartolomeo and Shanks have that conflict? Why? And if Luffy learns it's because Shanks or because Bartolomeo burned the flag, then maybe Luffy will be like, ah, all right, I understand why that happened. Are they on good terms now? Yeah, they're on good terms. All right, fine, I accept it. But yeah, that's just my thoughts on it. Dan DeMann, thank you for the super chats, bro. I greatly appreciate you. Thank you so much. Yeah, that's a good point. Sake cups. I hope when we get to Laugh Tale and we get the whole Joy Boy flashback and stuff like that, I want to see someone share a sake cup. Maybe Emeth and Joy Boy share a sake cup. That'd be beautiful. Hey chat, can anyone tell me how many likes we're at on the stream? Everyone watching, please leave a like on the stream. And second, guys, tell me how long we've been live. I think we've been live for a very long time, all right? Let's try to get through the spoilers. I'm going to wrap it up and then we're going to go live for the chapter, okay? Adnan, what's good, bro? 37? Guys, you need to chat, like the stream. Come on now. Like the stream. Y'all are slacking. It's free to like the stream. Like the stream, man. Support us. We do our thing. We're at 64 likes. Let's make our goal 100 likes. Everyone watching the stream, like the stream. We'll hit 100. Do you think the Shanks crew are the Divine Knights? Yeah, so the Holy Knights from Marijua. I have heard that theory. I get the whole theory. I get the whole point. The silhouettes, I understand. But I don't know, man. I wrestle with that because Shanks is a pirate. He believes in Joy Boy, Luffy, blah, 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 blah. I feel like it would be against his best interest to be a Holy Knight. Unless Shanks and his crew are Holy Knights with a positive ulterior motive. So it's possible that Shanks and his crew are Holy Knights pretending to help the government, but in reality, trying to protect Luffy, trying to keep the balance in the world. Yeah, that's possible. Do I believe that? I don't know if I believe that, but it's possible, and it's something to think about. Binks and Joy Boy share a cup. Yeah, if Binks and Joy Boy are two separate people, they could share a cup, a Binks sake cup, because, you know, I've seen a lot of theories that Binks is Joy Boy. They could be the same person. We really don't know, but it could be different people. All right, guys, let's continue with the chapter. Then Yasop appears behind Shanks and Beckman and aims his rifle at Going Luffy Senpai. All right, boss, move out of the way. Business is business. Yasop shoots and destroys Bartolomeo's ship in a huge explosion. We can see Luffy's figurehead destroyed, then the narrator speaks. Near the coast of Gardel Island, the ship of Bartolomeo pirates is sunk. The fate is unknown. Wow, man. Chat, W moment or L moment? I feel kind of bad. I feel kind of bad for Bart. You know, I was flaming him a second ago because I was talking about how he was calling Shanks naive. I don't really appreciate that for the reasons I stated. But I don't know. Yeah, this is on Yasop. I feel like this is on Yasop. I don't know if this is necessarily fair to blame Shanks. Because you could try to argue, oh, well, Shanks shouldn't have stepped to the side. He should have stopped Yasop. But Yasop was the one that shot in the first place. Karma is real. I think Garling wants to steal Emu's power. Why is that, Morocco? Business is business. Such a W moment. Barto deserved it for calling Shanks. Damn, it seems like most people are on Shanks' side. Would you guys agree with that notion? This whole situation from start to finish, everyone, yes or no, you guys are on Shanks' side? I feel like most people are saying yes rather than no. Shanks and Barto are neither right or wrong. They're pirates. Aye, that's a good point as well, bro. Jacob, that's a good point. I mean, you can't burn a flag and not expect anything. Yeah, I mean, we spoke on that earlier. You can't be out here burning flags, let alone an emperor's flag. Shanks is an emperor. Eddie, if you came into my theory, I would blow more than only your shit. Wait, what? What do you mean by that? Oh, your territory. If I came into your territory, you would blow more than more than just my ship. Yo, I don't know what you mean by blowing more than my ship, but pause. Pause. No. Can we get an Ayo?
Oh my God.
Can we get an Ayo? You guys want to tell me, Evil, you're so sus, bro. Evil wants that bussy. Evil so sus. Am I the sus one, or is it people like Roxy Eunice? Man, Roxy Eunice, you set yourself up for that one, bro. Mostly, yes. Sure, Yasop had Black Air Force energy, but they're pirates. Yeah, I guess he did have Black Air Force energy. He had that. Hey, Kid has Black Air Force energy. Chat, what One Piece character do you think has the most Black Air Force energy? That Black Air Force aura. Who is it, chat? Is it Kid? Is it Bartolomeo? Is it Blackbeard? Akainu? Who do you think it is? Kaido? I might say, for me, it's like a tie between Kid and Blackbeard. Because remember, Kid, bro, chat, don't forget, Kid is ruthless. Do you guys remember, Kid only had his bounty because he was killing random people. He nailed a guy to a cross. Was it Captain John or something like that? Kid was killing innocent people and he nailed people to a cross in pre-time skip. That's how he got his bounty. He wasn't bringing freedom to islands. He didn't do something at Eni's lobby. He was killing civilians. So Kid is a good answer for Black Air Force energy, just pulling up on people and just slaughtering people. But at the same time, obviously Blackbeard's a good option with everything he's done. Z, ha 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 ha. Nah, he's tweaking. NL. Braves, welcome in, bro. Hey, yo, what? I just joined the stream. Hey, don't blame me. Blame Roxy Eunice. Blackbeard, Kaido, Rocks, Kaido, Blackbeard, Garling. Garling? You think Garling has the most Black Air Force energy? Nah, I would say for me, I would say it's like Kid / Blackbeard / like Doflamingo. Because look at what Doflamingo was doing with Viola. It was pretty bad, man. Eddie, it's just a matter of reading comprehension, brother. Hey, don't point the finger at me saying reading comprehension. You're the one that said I would blow more than just your ship. Hey, that's on you, Roxy Eunice. That's all you. Leon said, gotta head out. See you guys. Hey, Leon, have a nice day, bro. Chat, can we salute Leon on his way out? Leon, I hope you have a nice morning, day, or night, wherever you are, King. I appreciate you being here, bro. Take care, man. Love you, bro. Take care of yourself. Blackbeard, more like evil tactician, but he has but he's been a coward sometimes. Luffy. You think Luffy has Blackbeard or Black Air Force energy? Luffy, really? Emu. Emu has Black Air Force energy. Nah, Emu has that Talmudic energy. Emu definitely reads the Talmud front to back. Emu is on that F the Goyim. We don't like the Goyim. We don't respect the Goyim. He be flipping through them Talmud pages. What does it say about the Messiah again? He's in hell being boiled in hot excrement. We don't like the Messiah. We don't respect the Messiah. What does it say about the 9-year-olds again? Let's change the subject, guys. Whatever you do, don't look up what the Talmud verses are. You're not allowed to know what the truth is. Cut to Hachinosu Island. Blackbeard has returned and is now in a meeting with his Nakamas. Pirates in Hachinosu are on fire and ready to go for the One Piece with Teach. Can we get some Whackbeards? W Lackbeards? Some Weeches in chat, bro? We love us some Blackbeard energy. The runner-up? The man who's trying to become Pirate King? The one and only Marshall D. Teach? Double Devil Fruits? Going to create his own era? Talking to the world government about making his own pirate country? Yo, Blackbeard's him. You understand? You understand? Following in the footsteps of Roxy Zebek. 2 Devil Fruits. Bringing mayhem to Marineford. Splitting Marineford in half. Killing Whitebeard. Come on. You gotta give some respect and credit where credit's due. Cause Blackbeard, he doesn't just talk. He's not a talker like me, a yapper. Blackbeard puts the work in. Shouts out to that boy Blackbeard. Roxy Yuda said the real Joy Boy. Blackbeard's gonna fall the buggy? You think so, Pokemon Red? You think so? Blackbeard falling the buggy? I don't know, man. Adnan says, gotta sleep. Bye, peeps. 2 a.m. here. Hey, Adnan, get some good sleep, bro. Take care. Adnan, love you, bro. Take care of yourself. Get some good sleep, bro. Wake up in the morning. Get some good breakfast to start the day. Brush your teeth. Wash your face. And have a nice day tomorrow, bro. We'll be here with the chapter reaction. When that chapter reaction drops, we'll be here. All right, guys, let's continue. We're so far behind. We need to finish these spoilers already, and they go on for a while. Pizarro is controlling the giant skull that has some bandages due to Garp and Kobe's attacks. San Juan Wolf is helping with island reconstruction. He's replacing buildings to their original location, but at the same time, he's destroying more buildings because of his size. Blackbeard is very angry at Pizarro for letting Kobe and Moria escape. Oh, Moria escaped! I don't even think that was in the short summary. Oh, dude, that's a huge thing, because this is a character with someone that this is a character of someone that the world government wanted to take out. You guys remember Marineford? They said, oh, Doflamingo was like, oh, the higher ups told me to take you out. The higher ups told me to kill you. And for a long time, us One Piece fans, we were thinking like, oh, Blackbeard captured Moria. Moria pulled up on Blackbeard. He obviously lost. What's going to happen with Moria? What's going to happen with Moria? Now he actually escaped. And I see people saying in the chat right now, and I agree, Moria for Cross Guild. Moria for Cross Guild. We see Cross Guild becoming a faction of pirates that want to create allegiances to each other in the sense, or what's a better word? They want to create, chat, what's a better word? They want to create a peace treaty. They want to create a, chat, what's the word called? Like Law and Luffy, they created like a peace treaty. What's the word I'm thinking of? Because they have similar ambitions. They have similar goals. Yeah, ex-warlords. Moria is an ex-warlord. He belongs in Cross Guild. An alliance. Yeah. So it's an alliance of pirates. They're not necessarily going to die for each other. They don't necessarily love each other. But the whole point of Cross Guild, again, is it's right up characters like Law's alley. It's right up Law's alley. A large part of post time skip was seeing how Law created an alliance with the Straw Hats. And what was the key word that they used for Cross Guild? Alliance. It was about pirates creating an alliance. So an important character like Law, who made this promise to Corazon and Robin by saying, I'm going to figure out the will of D, I'm going to learn the checkered fate. He has to continue with that. It makes no sense for Law to be like, yeah, you know what? I lost my ship. I give up. Corazon, F you. I'm not going to go get the One Piece. I'm not going to learn about the will of D. I'm not going to learn about the checkered fate because I lost my ship. Nah, bro. Law's not going to give up that easy. Law's not going to give up that easy. So I think characters like Law are going to join Cross Guild. Characters like Moria are going to join Cross Guild. Moria is an ex-warlord. We see Cross Guild members housing ex-warlords. Now, if Law joins Cross Guild, I don't think Doflamingo will. I don't see Law and Doflamingo working on the same page for Cross Guild. I think Doflamingo should go do his own thing. Doflamingo hasn't really expressed too much of a dream anyways. Maybe he's vaguely mentioned like, oh, One Piece. But Law has a true dream. He's had multiple conversations with Robin about learning the checkered fate. He has this promise. He's inheriting this will from Corazon. So I would argue that Law fits Cross Guild better than Doflamingo. Plus, Law is willing to create an alliance with people. Doflamingo, he doesn't really seem like he's gonna want to follow and work with these guys. Z, ha ha ha, Blackbeard for Emperor of the World. What do you mean? Wasn't Dofi's dream to be on the empty throne? Yeah, so I don't think that fits well into the niche of Cross Guild. You know, like I feel like that steers in a different direction. It doesn't give me the same vibe as like all these ex-warlords trying to get to the One Piece. And honestly, like I think Oda might just keep Doflamingo stuck in Impel Down. As much as I love Doflamingo breaking out, and even Weevil breaking out, don't get me wrong, I like the idea. I just feel like it's one or the other, and this isn't a false dichotomy, you know it. Law and Doflamingo working together, I don't know about that. That seems very strange. I don't think Oda would go that direction. So you have to pick one. Who's joining Cross Guild? Law, a character who's an ex-warlord who makes pirate alliances, or Doflamingo? What's your answer, chat? If one had to join Cross Guild and the other one sat out, who's joining? Law or Doflamingo? Is Oda just going to get rid of Law even though he has a dream and an ambition to learn the Will of D? Or have him join Luffy again? As if we didn't have hundreds of chapters of Law working with Luffy? We're going to do it all over again? So, like, let's narrow it down that way. You either believe there's three options. Law scrapped as a character, gives up on his dream. Oda just says, you know what, Law, you guys like him? I don't care anymore. Forget Law. I think most people aren't going to go that direction. Option two, we have Law join Luffy again. Is Oda going to do that again? We're going to have even like another several hundred chapters of Law sailing with Luffy. Bro, we already been there, done that. Why? Me personally, I don't think he's gonna do that again. Or the third option, Law joins Cross Guild. I think Law joins Cross Guild, and I don't necessarily believe that Law and Doflamingo are gonna be buddy. Hey, let's work on Cross Guild together. Dude, that bad blood, I don't know if that could ever be repaired. They literally just try to kill each other on Dressrosa. But enough of the Cross Guild talk, let's continue. Law can join the Burn Scar Man's team. Does the Burn Scar Man even have a team? Law is undercover sword. See, that, to be fair, Cobalt, that's a good option. Law being undercover sword, he could go and join that team in that alliance. So then he's not necessarily scrapped from the story, joining Luffy or joining Cross Guild. I'll give you that one, Cobalt. I'll give you that one. That's a good one. I'll give you that one. But at the end of the day, that's just a theory, you know? That's just a theory. And I like a theory. I'm not saying I don't like Law being in Cross Guild. I do like that theory. But if we're trying to figure out what is the most probable thing, I think Cross Guild's perfect for Law. I don't see him joining the Straw Hats again. So what, Oda had Law leave the Straw Hats after Wano, get crushed, and then go back to the Straw Hats? Like, I don't know. Like, what was even gained there? Like, the idea that he can't survive without Luffy? Like, I don't know, man. Kobe was very important to negotiate with world government and marines, but at the same time he was very happy because Kuzan managed to capture Garp. Blackbeard says, "Z ha 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 ha." Well, isn't that amazing? Pizarro says, "Nya, see teach, the value went up." Kuzan says, "To be precise, I intended to kill him, but he survived." Yo, do we think Kuzan's lying? Do we think Kuzan's lying? Kuzan says, to be precise, I intended to kill him, but he survived. Chat, I'm calling cap. I'm calling cap. You are lying, bro. You are not telling the truth. He is lying. You want to save Kuzan, or you want to save Garp, Kuzan. Don't lie. Don't lie. You love Garp, and it's okay. We all love Garp. Hero of the Marines. You basically grew up with Garp, but you're lying, Kuzan. You love Garp. You don't want to kill him. You're most likely a member of Sword. Don't try to say that to be precise. To be precise, I actually tried to kill him. Nah, bro, you were keeping him alive, man. Shouts out to that boy Garp. Shouts out to that boy Garp. And we got L with the $2. Thank you, King. What if Law finds X-Drake or Kobe? That would be cool. Maybe he runs into them and then cross-skilled, boom. Or not cross-skilled, sorry, sword. That's a plausible option. But you know, another thing that I was thinking, guys, isn't the island where Cross-Guild is stationed at? That's Karai Bari Island, right? Is that what it's called? Karai Bari Island? Karai Bari. I think that's what it's called, or Bari Island. Isn't that in the New World? Law could end up sailing on a little lifeboat and land on Cross-Guild's island. Yo, Eddie, isn't it logical that Shanks versus Blackbeard will be after Elbaf on Lodestar? Do you mean or Lodestar? Isn't it logic that Shanks versus Blackbeard will be after Elbaf on Lode? I think you meant or Lodestar, because it's the last island before Laughtale. What I think is gonna take place is that Elbaf has a Ragnarok war with a whole bunch of different people and factions. And the key thing there is the winner of that war is the person who therefore holds all 4 road poneglyphs. And I don't know, it could be the situation where the battle starts there, they go to Hachinosu and then it finishes there. Or the battle just starts there on Elbaf and finishes there. But ultimately, I think like this grand battle is going to lead into the person who has all 4 road poneglyphs. And then that's going to enable the Straw Hats to go to Lodestar and go to Laughtale. Because I don't think Lodestar is meant to be a war arc. And I don't think Laughtale is meant to be a war arc. I think Lodestar is going to connect to Nami. When you think about how Lodestars work, like road stars, with astrology, and I won't get into all that. Simply Kevin has a good video on that on YouTube. Look up Simply Kevin Nami Lodestar. And then Laughtale, like, that has the real poneglyph, which tells the full history of the world. I don't think those 2 arcs are meant to be war arcs. So I think, like, the final war, or not final war, like the grand battle with, like, the Straw Hats and Red Hair and Blackbeard, it's either on Elbaf or Hachinosu or both. But I don't think that it's going to take place on Laughtale. I think Laughtale is going to be an info dump arc. Law joining Sword makes even more sense now that the Marines are going after the One Piece. Oh yeah, Alec, that's a good point, bro. That's a good point. That's a good point. CL, thank you for the super chat. You got everybody cooking with you, bro.
Let him cook.
Everyone's cooking on the Law
Let him
Sword.
cook now.
Sword is going after the One Piece, you know, by extension the Marines, or I guess the Marines are going for the One Piece, so by extension Sword. And if Law's a member of Sword, as you said, L, Law could run into Drake and Kobe. Teach says, a job well done, Kuzan. I can't think of anyone else who could have gotten him. Kuzan says, well, it took most of me just to get near. Well, Kuzan, you had help with your crewmates. Well, wrong sound effect. Kuzan, don't act like you beat Garp alone. Didn't Shiryu stab Garp? Chat, correct me if I'm wrong. Kuzan, you had help. For Blackbeard to act like, oh, I couldn't think of anyone else besides you that could have done that, Kuzan. You weren't the only one who did it. You had help. And Kuzan says, well, it took most of me just to get near. What about your crew? You had Shiryu help you. It wasn't only just you. You can't say, oh, Kuzan took down Garp. It wasn't just Kuzan. Oh, we see Garp. Chat, we see Garp. We see that Garp, covered in bandages, is tied up with a lot of chains in a dark cell. Pudding is also in the meeting. She's forced to sit on Blackbeard's side while he says that they got the three-eyed girl. Oh, shoot. Yo, Blackbeard's gonna use Pudding for her memories, man. Oda's getting closer and closer to that idea, closer and closer to that theory. Blackbeard's probably going to use Pudding to read the poneglyphs, man. He says, we got the three-eyed girl. He probably knows the three-eyed tribe, when they awaken their eyes or whatever, they could read the poneglyphs. Yo, Blackbeard's going to use it. Blackbeard's going to use it for the poneglyphs, man. Yo. I'm glad to see Garp, though. It's sad to see Garp tied up and in chains, but hey, at least Garp is alive. I don't want Garp to die this early, man. If Oda's gonna kill Garp, at least do it towards the end, like in Final War or something like that. Then Blackbeard calls to Lafitte. He's at Naval Company Yumit's shipping headquarters. Remember that Yumit is one of the emperors of the underground and one of the guests in Big Mom's tea party. Lafitte is observing the Revolutionary Army's movements to cut supply to Marijois. We can see some burning ships in the port. Guys, I love this too. What's good, Mo? Guys, I love this. Oda's bringing back the underworld. Don't you guys like this? Oda like vaguely mentioned it earlier. You know, he vaguely mentioned it in Big Mom's party. We had a little bit. There was that small little infographic. We saw them on the TVs that were doing the deals and the trades that with the whole network, Underground, Dressrosa. I'd like to see Oda bring back these things. Like recently we saw Tequila Wolf brought back into the story, and Oda added other bridges based on alcohol. Bourbon Wolf. I forget, Vodka Wolf, the other ones. Now Oda's bringing back the underworld, because that's like a fun aspect. Like One Piece having an underworld, that's something like we don't really talk about much. You know? And I think it's a significant portion, because you have characters working with the underworld. You have CP0 working with the underworld. Big Mom. Blackbeard. You know, I want to see Oda build more on the underworld. Blackbeard says, "Yee ha ha ha, don't let all the fun make you forget about the preparation." Lafitte says, "Foo foo foo foo, leave it to me." Meanwhile, Caribou, Katarina Devon, and Augur arrive at Hachinosu. Pizarro grabs his ship with his island giant arm to take it directly to the meeting. Cut to Elbaf's ship sailing on the sea as the narrator speaks. The narrator says it's been 2 days since they departed Egghead, and there is a reason why they still haven't arrived at Elbaf, despite being accompanied by the great Eirik, the ship of the giant pirates. It is revealed that after everyone woke up from their drunken sleep, the Thousand Sunny with Luffy, Zoro, Nami, Usopp, and Chopper suddenly disappeared. People who are still present on Elbaf, the Giants, Jinbei, Frankie, Robin, Lilith, Bonnie, and Brooke, are in shock. Dory and Broggy say, "We must find them. We can't return to Elbaf like this." Robin says, "Perhaps they've been reduced to pieces by a fish." Frankie says, "Stop that. The fishes around here are big. That might actually be true. Where did you go, Luffy?" In the last page of the chapter, Nami hears someone telling her to wake up. Maybe it's Luffy, but we can't see that person in the chapter. The mysterious person says, "Hey, Nami, wake up." Nami says, "Ow, I think I drank too much." When Nami wakes up, she finds herself alone in a huge room made with Lego pieces. She's wearing a Viking warrior outfit, kind of like RPG game warrior, maybe an Elbaf costume, and she's carrying a sword on her back. Huh? Editor's message. What place, or what is this place? A new adventure awaits. End of chapter. No break next week. Amazing spoilers, guys. What do we rate the final ending to the spoilers? What do we rate the spoilers, guys? Let me know in the chat. Like the stream. Let's hit 100 likes on the stream. Let's all vote 1 to 10, what do we rate the chapter? I think it's a 10. There's a lot of progress being made. We see Garp again. We see some Blackbeard action with Pudding. We have Nami waking up in a weird room with Legos. We have like the Straw Hats celebrating. They're all drinking and partying. We have this conflict between Bartolomeo and Shanks. Lots of good stuff here. I think this chapter is going to be really good when we actually see the panels, when we actually see the art versus the spoilers, as always. And it seems like most people are rating it a 10 out of 10. Yeah, I would say it's a 10 out of 10. And guys, what's the highlight? Who could tell me what the highlight of the spoilers is? Who could tell me? It's obvious. It's obvious. What are the highlights, or what is the highlight to the spoilers image? What is it, chat? No break next week. Shout out to Maya. A highlight of 11/26 spoilers. No break next week. You asked me what my favorite gender is. It's no break next week. That's one of my favorite genders. Shouts out to Oda being a monster. Killer work ethic. I love it. Love to see it. But chat, we've been going live for a bit here. So if you guys have any final questions, any final theories, any final takes and reactions, comment down below. Okay, let me know what you guys think. Give me your theories and your takes and everything. And we're going to wrap up soon. And of course, guys, when the chapter actually releases, I might actually wait for the TCB. Because last week I made a poll on my Discord server. What do you guys want me to react from? Do you guys want me to react to the Ragnarok translations or the TCB translations? And most people voted for TCB. So I think this week when the TCB drops, or when the chapter drops, I'll wait for the TCB. And as soon as the TCB is released, we'll go ahead and react to the stream right away. I think that's what we'll do. But either way, as soon as TCB releases, guys, we're going to go live. So that's exactly why you guys need to hit the notification bell on the channel. Hit the noti bell so you guys get notified when we go live. And yes, Kubal, or is it Kubal or Cobalt? Yeah, the chapter should be releasing tomorrow. Now, it's not guaranteed that it'll be released tomorrow, but it's highly likely it'll be released tomorrow. This is a setup for crazy, or this is a setup for crazy Loki intro. I think what you meant is this is a crazy setup for Loki. Yeah, I think this is Loki. I think Loki's going to be a very immature trickster, just like in Norse mythology. It's Cobalt. Okay, Cobalt. Yeah, I think Loki is probably going to have something to do with this, but more importantly, I believe Loki is the man with the burn scar, and I could be wrong, man. I could be wrong, but I feel like everything we talked about, I've explained it many times. I even explained it yesterday. I think Loki is the man with the burn scar. And this is the reason why the Straw Hats got steered off course. And he did some kind of trickery to have Nami wake up in a Lego room. You know? I'm excited, man. I'm excited for Elbaf. What can I say? I'm excited for Elbaf. L with the $5. Thank you, King. He says, did they just Bill Cosby Nami? Nah, bro. They probably Bill Cosby'd the entire crew. Everyone that's on that ship. I don't even... And you know the important detail is that Nami is in Viking warrior outfit. So this means it's someone or something affiliated with Elbaf. And I feel like most people, you guys can let me know, yes or no. Most people believe Burnt Scar Man is affiliated with Elbaf. Would you guys say yes or would you say no? I feel like most people would say yes. So if the Burnt Scar Man is affiliated with Elbaf, and Nami is awake to this random mysterious person, and she's in Viking clothing, then perhaps this mysterious person is the man with the burn scar, or is Loki. It seems to be something that you can easily connect. Lola rejected Loki. But yeah, L, some funny business is going on, because we have to wonder, how did the Thousand Sunny get steered off course? Like, yeah, I get it. The people on the Elbaf ship were drunk, and so were the people on the Thousand Sunny. But then, like, so this is weird because, hold on, let me reread the spoilers. It's been 2 days since they departed Egghead, and there's a reason they still haven't arrived at Elbaf despite being accompanied by the Great Eric ship of giants. It's revealed that after everyone woke up from the drunken sleep, the Thousand Sunny disappeared. People are still present on Elbaf ship. So here's the thing, guys. If everyone on the Elbaf ship is drunk and fell asleep, how do we not know the Elbaf ship didn't go off course? Or Elbaf ship and the Thousand Sunny, both of them went off course. Like, we can't necessarily say, like, don't get me wrong, I understand why people would say it, but we can't necessarily say that the Elbaf ship is 100% on course and the Thousand Sunny is off course. Because if the Elbaf ship was drunk and the Thousand Sunny's drunk, how do we know either of them were on course? But either way, the fact that Nami is covered in Viking clothing, that's a huge hint that something affiliated with Elbaf is working with Nami. It's doing something to the Thousand Sunny. Who in their right mind would pick Lola? Hey, I don't know, man. Some guys, some dudes out here are down bad. Door handle, you got to understand, some guys are down bad, man. Look at the OnlyFans subscriptions. Look at the corn. Look at Tinder. Guys are down bad, man. Some people could get whatever they could take. You know, my only response from that is you need to, first of all, love yourself. You need to be whole and complete and happy without a partner. There's nothing wrong with having a partner and them making you feel better and loving them. But, you know, at the same time, I think a lot of guys, they're too hung up on like girlfriend to the fact where they're neglecting themselves. Like 9 times out of 10, when a guy that's single is complaining about women and he's saying like, oh, all these women suck, bro, I can't find a good girl. Bro, you look at the guy, he has all these flaws. And I know people like that. I'm not going to name any names. But there's certain guys that want to bash women all day, but they themselves, like, what are you doing to benefit yourself? Like, what are you doing to better yourself? Like, you want to bash women all day, but like, what do you bring to the table? These women, bro, these women, I watch Fresh and Fit, so this is why I think the way I do. These women bring nothing to the table, bro. What do you bring to the table? And like, don't get me wrong, it's the same thing for women. It goes both ways. All types of people, everyone has flaws. It goes both ways. A lot of women will say like, oh, these guys, they don't bring anything to the table. What do you bring to the table? You know, this all leads into the division, bro. It's Satan. It's the people that are ruling these websites and these apps and all of this division, trying to tear men and women apart. And it creates simps. It creates people like Loki who are down bad, having to go for Lola. Come on, bro. Loki, you're down bad. My Magnum Dong. All right, Eli. All right, you know what? They say if you gotta flex it and talk about it, then perhaps you're lacking. Eddie, I saw you on Grindr. We're back to this shit again. We're back to this Grindr agenda. I don't use Grindr. I'll never use it. It's degenerate. Anyways, I swear it got switched because Jinbei the helmsman, Frankie, Zoro were on the Thousand Sunny, and Usopp, Luffy, and all were on the Elbaf ship. Why were they on the Sunny now? Were they? Man, Maya, this is just so confusing. Like, we're gonna have to see the chapter. We're gonna have to wait for the chapter to drop tomorrow and read and see what it actually says. And compare it to previous chapters, who was on which boat. Because this seems really weird, man. And like, read on, he's not gonna put every detail into this text post. This text wall. You know, he's not going to put every detail, every factor into the spoilers into it. So we're going to have to wait for the actual chapter and see it for ourselves. But guys, we're on the verge of Elbaf and I'm excited. I can't wait to see it and read this with you guys too. But Amy, I 100% understand where you're coming from. I'm just poking fun. And guys, listen to Amy. Don't be one of those guys that expect a supermodel. Okay, that's not what I'm trying to say, Amy. I think you know what I'm trying to say. But look, either way, let's not let's not get back into that topic. I want to leave on a good note. Okay, I love everybody here. I hope everyone has a nice morning, day, or night wherever you guys are. You guys are amazing. I wish the best for every single person watching the stream. Okay, everyone who supports me, I love you. It means a lot to me. It puts a big smile on my face. It means so much. Take care of yourselves, chat. Try to get some exercise. Go for a walk. Go for a jog. Go for a run. Get some dumbbells. Just do some, lift some weights, you know? Try to eat some healthy food. Drink some water. Stop drinking soda. Stop drinking alcohol, chat. Your body is your temple, okay? Or your temple is a body. No, your body's a temple. Whatever. Take care of yourself, guys, okay? We're going to be back tomorrow as soon as the TCB, or as soon as TCB releases the chapter. I'm excited. I hope you guys are excited too. Take care of yourselves, guys. I wish you the absolute best. Never give up on yourself, chat. You guys can accomplish anything you want in life. Figure out what you love, what your passion is, what drives you. Figure out and create a plan on how to monetize that. Then go ahead and act on it. Find your passion, plan on how to monetize it, and execute. And you can succeed, and you can live a happy, healthy life. And I hope you guys can find your own personal relationship with God, whatever it is. Hinduism, Islam, Christianity. Me, myself, I believe in Jesus Christ. That's my Lord and Savior. Jesus Christ to me is God. And I hope you guys can find your own personal relationship to God. I think it would help fill your spiritual cup that a lot of us are so desperately lacking. Okay? But with that being said, chat, love you guys. Have a nice morning, day, or night, wherever you guys are. Take care. You guys are amazing. Never give up. We're back with Peak tomorrow. See you tomorrow with Elbath Peak. We're going to be cooking. Don't miss